first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free. Never sounded so good.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Biden postponing a trip overseas this week to focus on damage and recovery in Florida following Hurricane Milton. The Category 4 storm is headed toward the Tampa-St. Petersburg area, home to about 3 million people. ABC's Ginger Z is in Tampa.
The 10 to 15 feet of surge would more than double the record that we had just 2 weeks ago. It would be like stacking 2 or 3 of me up of ocean water and pushing it right on land really fast.
The state is still cleaning up from Hurricane Helene, which struck late last month.
We want to get as much of the debris picked up as is possible.
That's Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. 14 states and the District of Columbia are suing TikTok, saying that young people are harmed by the social media video app's algorithms, which are described as addictive. A media blitz for Kamala Harris. She was on 60 Minutes last night and is appearing on The View today. With a 2-3 record so far, the New York Jets have fired head coach Robert Saleh just 5 games into the season. You're listening to ABC News.
Sure.
America's biggest water utility dealing with a cyber attack. New Jersey-based American Water, which serves more than 14 million people in 14 states, says it had to shut down some operations and is pausing billing. Fresh nuclear threats from North Korea.
Kim Jong-un accuses South Korea and the U.S. of provoking his country and of, quote, raising animosities on the peninsula. If pushed, he says, he could use nuclear weapons against the two. The North Korean leaders issued similar threats in the past, but this latest warning comes as outside experts say Pyongyang could ramp up hostilities ahead of next month's U.S. election. The North recently unveiled a new facility to produce weapons-grade uranium while continuing to run missile tests. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
And people cutting back on snacks is cutting into sales at PepsiCo. The company today citing what it calls subdued sales, cutting back on its forecast for the year. It had expected sales to be up 4%. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
I don't think I've ever seen your cat here.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. And you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
The city of Denver will not be purchasing a building on 44th Avenue that serves as a community halfway house. The city council unanimously rejected the purchase of the building yesterday. The city's finance department urged council members to vote against the $26 million purchase, saying the appraisal for the property did not.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
Couple of big late problems here along I-25 this morning. Big wreck working southbound I-25 south of 104th Avenue. Those 3 left lanes blocked up, only the right side of the highway, 1 car at a time squeaking by. We're seeing solid jamming back past that 128th Avenue overpass. And then if you're coming up through the Tech Center, got a crash working on the exit ramp to Yale, but or exit ramp to Bellevue, but there's also a stalled box truck in the center lane northbound I-25 at Yale. That's what's got you jammed all the way back to Dry Creek stop and go speeds. Denver weather for today, plenty of sunshine, high up to 82. Right now we're at 60 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
If your supply chain demands a flexible workforce, hire with Express Employment Professionals. With contract and full-time workers from Express Employment, you get the staff you need and manage contingent labor costs. Learn more at ExpressPros.com. That's ExpressPros.com.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, make some noise!
Watch the best moments exclusively on Hulu right now.
All right, you guys are out for a party, I can tell. See the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible.
See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu right now.
2025 will have some of the biggest changes to Medicare Advantage and Part D plans in 2 decades. It's confusing and your choices matter, and that's why I urge you to make an appointment with Integrity Health Advisors and let them help you shop the market for the plans that are best for you. Integrity Health Advisors charges you nothing and will make sure you have the right medical and pharmaceutical coverage. You can start with a text to Integrity at 720-288-0863 or online at integrityhealthadvisors.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
If addiction, trauma, depression, or anxiety are making you feel alone, the Raleigh House is here for you. With 2 locations in Denver, our team of professionals at the Raleigh House provides a premium level of care, offering both inpatient and outpatient services. The Raleigh House can meet you where you're at. Our substance abuse and mental health services at the Raleigh House can provide a place where you can reconnect, find your purpose, and heal. Call 720-797-8717 to get the help you need. That's the Raleigh House, 720-797-8717.
The Buffs are back in action following the bye. Hi, this is voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. Saturday, the Buffaloes entertain number 18 Kansas State at Folsom Field. Coverage begins at 6, kickoff at 8:15 on KOA and on iHeartRadio.
Need a new roof? Call Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. That's cash. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have calls out the nose. We're going to go right to the phones. Today is Insurance Day. I have Brian Burns from Compass Insurance. We'll be talking about insurance, the smart things to do, the stupid things to do, what people are running into. What to do with adults living in your home, what to do with children living in your home, what to do with the condos and townhomes. We got so much on the forefront here with insurance. And I believe I'm going to get Mark up soon here on video, but I believe he's in the studio. Mark, are you there?
Yeah.
Gosh, okay, just chime in. I'll send you that link in a minute here. I got behind. I'm sorry. April, what is going on with you? Let's start right out with you, April.
Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
Well, we have a situation with a vehicle that I have a son that is now 17, almost 18. He's in college right now doing the aviation program at Metro.
Oh, cool.
But this has been a 2-year battle that we've...
Now, is it your son's car?
It is.
Okay, what kind of car?
Well, it was a 1965 Carmen Ghia that his dad helped him to purchase 2 years ago.
I had one of those. I love, oh my God, it was orange, by the way. A lot of them were orange in that time. So what happened?
Yeah. So we purchased it knowing it was going to need work. Obviously, a vehicle of that age.
How long ago?
We did it over 2 years ago now.
Okay. And you were going to restore it?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So we went to this shop. They were recommended, I think, my ex-husband is actually kind of the one that did this, so I don't know how we ended up specifically at this shop, but they had promised all of this work to it.
What shop did you take it to?
Advanced Automotive in North Glen.
And you don't know how they found it, okay? Advanced Automotive, and what happened?
They had told us that it needed a full engine swap because of the age of it, and likely a body swap that they were going to have to put it on.
Well, then what did you buy?
A body swap. There's nothing left of the car.
They bought a frame. Wait. Seriously. They needed to swap the body and the motor.
That's the whole car.
Well, the body needed to go on a different frame, from my understanding. I'm not the most mechanically inclined. Like I said, my ex-husband is the one that kind of set this up, but they agreed to the work. So the car was purchased for around $6,000 as is, and then we have paid this shop over $10,000 in the last 2 years with promises.
Wait. You spent how much? You spent how much?
The original purchase of the car was
$6,000.
about $6,000.
Right.
And then the shop has been paid around $10,000 for.
Wait. You're $16,000 in a '65 Carmen Ghia?
Yes.
Now, have they done? Wait, have they done? Have they done any work?
The engine swap was complete, but then when they got the engine swap done, they said they decided against the new frame they were going to put it on. But now it supposedly has exhaust problem. There's a whole list of new problems that they've now come up with, saying that it needs in excess of.
Okay, is your husband, is your ex around that we can talk to, or your son?
My son, yes. I'm driving right now, but I can get both of them. I can try to get them on the
All right,
phone.
because really, we'll try to help you. We really will. We have our deputies listening right now. But I'm going to put you on hold because we truly do need to know more about this, okay? Now, do you feel, let me just ask you some gut questions. Do you think Advance Automotive is trying to cheat you?
Well, we're not sure. First, my son, he was in high school at the time. He gets straight A's. He's a good student. He worked 2 jobs to try to fund this fix of this car that was kind of his little dream fix-up car, because he wanted something as a young kid unusual, and so he was excited about finding this car that was going to stand out from your typical Honda that a 16-year-old kid would drive. So he worked his butt off while still pulling great grades, paying his own money, working at Taco Bell to do this.
Okay.
So the fact that it drug out for 2 years is problematic enough. But then
well, that's not unusual for this kind of a project.
Yeah. So we get to the point that it's supposed to be done, and now they're saying it needs about $50,000 more of work.
Wait, you're not saying 50 as in 50.
Oh, no, I am.
Okay,
I am.
wait a minute. Who are you working with at Advanced?
The owner, Alex Kubicek or something like that is his name.
Yeah, and I'm not assuming he's doing anything wrong. I don't have any. I mean, basically, you bought a car and you're replacing for $50,000. I mean, my God Almighty, you buy a brand new car. You all know that, right? You can buy a Tesla.
Oh yeah. That's why when he came back with, the original $10,000, we figure an older car, it's an investment. You're going to spend the money.
You might be able to sell what you have and at least recoup some of the money. Obviously, what is your son and ex inclined to do right now? Do you know?
Well, so what they have offered us, and this is where it takes another weird turn, what they have offered, they've admitted now that they bit off more than they can chew. The scope is out of their work, and so this $50,000 they're wanting us to spend, they would be sending it to a Volkswagen specialist.
For 50? Come on, come on. Okay, am I hearing this right? I'm almost feeling like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I swear to God, there's something wrong here. There really is something totally wrong. Totally wrong.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is, I mean, come on. It's just too crazy. I mean, 50,000. Do they think that you're crazy? All right, I want to talk to your son. Okay, hold on. 303-713-TALK. Just wait. Kachina, get a hold of her. Maybe Mark can call the son off the. I don't know. Mark, is this the craziest story we've heard now for restoration yet?
There's something wrong with it, man.
Yeah. Okay, David's turn. David, what's going on, David?
Hi.
Hey, David, what's happening?
I was a victim of a parking scam.
Uh-oh. What do you mean by a parking? Let me ask you this. Were you towed?
No, I was not.
Okay. Tell me about it then. Go ahead.
Okay. Several weeks back, I went to a restaurant on South Colorado Boulevard with a friend of mine. We sat there and talked for just a shade over 3 hours.
Which restaurant?
We left. It was actually the Cava restaurant on South Colorado.
Got it.
And we left. We thought no more of it. Just yesterday, I got a bill in the mail from a parking company. They're called Parking Revenue Recovery Services for $82 for parking in the parking lot of that restaurant. Problem is, when we drove in, there was no gate saying, there was no gate.
Well, first of all, is it parking for the restaurant or not?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
What's the restaurant called again?
Cava.
Cava.
How do you spell it?
C-A-V-A. C-A-V-A.
Okay, Cava. Now, you got a ticket. You got a ticket for parking there. Now, what I want to know is this. It was the designated parking for the restaurant, right?
Yes, it was.
And I don't get this part. Why did you get a ticket for it? I don't get it. Were you supposed to put money somewhere? What were you supposed to do to not get a ticket?
You were not. There was nowhere to put money. It turns out there was a QR code you could scan to pay electronically.
Okay, now I've seen that before, where there's a little sign on the pole that says "Scan this," blah blah blah. I've done this before in Cherry Creek. The same thing.
It's like everywhere.
Yep.
Yep.
Now, are you claiming? Are you claiming there is absolutely no way to pay, and they do this to everyone?
No, there is a way to pay. I'm claiming the sign is so small that you're not even aware that you have to pay.
Okay, got it. Now, I don't think it's a scam. I think it's a scam. I don't think. I think it kind of is. It's weird. Now, here's what I want to know. First of all, let me explain a few things to you. Okay. This is nothing more than a collection notice from a private entity. In order for them to collect a dime from you, they can't do anything to your license. They can't do anything to your car. They can't do anything. It is a private collection notice. I used to own parking lots, and we would put up a notice. It looks a lot like a ticket. It's a private thing. They'd have to take you to court and get a judgment where you can tell your story and tell them to go shove it. Until then, you can do that. They can't do anything to you. It's private.
Okay.
I mean, does that make sense? So I'm not telling you not to pay it. I'm telling you that if you feel it was not right, then you write them a letter saying you had no idea, you'd be happy to pay for what would have been the parking. You might do that. Or you might ignore it altogether. Do they have a picture of your car in the lot?
Yes, they have a picture of my car entering and leaving the lot.
Okay, good. And what I would say, now, did you go back to the lot to see the QR code?
Yes, I did.
And are you looking at it, Mark, on Google Maps, if I know you?
I'm trying to find this Cava.
Brian, did you look at it? Brian Burns here with Compass Insurance. Were you looking at it, Brian? Did you find it, Dimitri? Did you see the sign anywhere?
Just found their website and their address, and I haven't been able to get an image of the street yet.
All right, so tell me about the sign. How big is it, David?
All I see there is a Five Guys, a Zoe's Kitchen, and Red Wing. Is this the same place or what?
No, it's not. It's almost directly across the street from Dave & Buster's. It's
okay.
I-25.
Oh, wait. Is it the parking garage by Dave & Buster's?
No, it's not a parking garage. It's a parking lot. It's the parking lot of a strip mall. This is in a strip mall, and it's just the normal parking lot of a strip mall.
Is there a Natural Grocers there?
I think there is, yes.
Okay.
All right, is this at 9th and Colorado?
No, it's actually about 20th in Colorado. It's on the west side of Colorado at about 20th. Sorry, 20 something. It's South Colorado. It's 20 blocks south Colorado.
Oh, I see it.
Well, I see signs in this parking lot, and it's not just one. I see quite a few of them. What I don't understand is it says, it looks like most of them it's just for patrons. In other words, if you're there shopping, you should be able to park there. So I don't get it.
Just look at, man, here's what I would do. I would take if you feel confident about your argument. By the way, there is no requirement for the size of sign except for the towing sign. There's a requirement for that size. What I would do is That's the law that would probably apply, because they probably tell you you're subject to towing, probably. But what you should do is do what I said, offer and then tell them to stick it, unless you may lose. And you may lose because that sign does, I don't know, how big is it, David? How big is the sign?
Actually, I went back and looked. The sign is about 3 feet by 3 feet wide, but the lettering on the sign is half an inch high. Wait.
Now, come on. The lettering on the sign telling you to pay is 1/2 inch?
That is correct.
David.
I have pictures of the sign to prove it.
Send it to us. Send us a picture.
Oh, I see it. It's a big red sign.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I mean,
Wait a minute. Is it a 1/2 inch letters? Come on, man.
I don't know.
A 1/2 inch letters. Come on, man. Mark is well familiar with a 1/2 inch. Mark, Mark, a 1/2 inch, really? Come on.
It's pretty small, man.
Actually, if you'd like, I'll go back with a ruler.
But I don't
know.
Okay, David.
Why does
David,
that matter?
Because I would challenge it.
Okay.
I mean, I would. What would Mark? Wouldn't you think a 1/2 inch? David?
I just wouldn't pay it. I wouldn't challenge it. I wouldn't.
David. I will take you literally. I will take your video and put it up for people to see. Would you? Can you get over there today before the show ends?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kachina, talk to him. I want to get that video. I swear to you. Hold on. I'm going to mark this pending. This is crazy stuff we're dealing with today, and I am way over time, by the way. Oh, my goodness gracious me, oh, my. Okay, so hang on, please. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Waterpros.net, the best water system right now. The combination, reverse osmosis drinking water and softening for the whole house. I swear to you, $31.95 for the entire system. It would be just at his great prices over $5. And plumbers would, I promise you, would charge $15 for this. Waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. Do your family a favor.
Hello, Steve Powers here from Audi Denver. We have close to 200 Audi Q4 e-tron and e-tron Sportbacks available to drive home today. We offer Q4 e-tron lease payments starting at $330 a month for 24 months. Go the distance with e-tron innovation today at Audi Denver and Littleton. Say hi to Aaron and his knowledgeable team today. The ideal shopping experience awaits you with a personal test drive at 6060 South Broadway in Littleton, or visit AudiDenver.com to schedule an appointment with Colorado's premier Audi dealership.
You know, Joe Cano has been with me for many years. I've known him for 30 years at least. And he does financial plans for people. He's a certified financial planner, a family planner. And here's the deal. He is now offering you a chance to have some fun and find out about retirement in a movie. It's called a docudrama. And it's highlighting through true stories some of the challenges people are facing in retirement and how to overcome them. Joe?
That is right, Tom. You know, actually, the movie is called A Baby Boomer Dilemma. It has been well received. You know, the last 2 times that we showed it, you've been there, it's been a sellout crowd. Over 170 people have shown up. It's a totally free event that will cover Social Security, pensions, what's happening to pensions, 401ks, how 401ks are really failing today for baby boomers, and taxes. And, you know, right now people are very concerned, especially with the economy, the market being up and down, and the upcoming election. I mean, they're scared to death about losing what they have built. So this movie will provide answers. And we're going to be showing it in Parker, Colorado, at the AMC 20 Mile 10 Theater. It's a beautiful theater.
Yes, it is.
Have free concessions. And it's going to be Thursday, October 24th.
Mark your calendars, the 24th.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell them how to get tickets. You'd prefer them to go to the website or to call you?
Either one.
All right, here it is.
Go to the website and register.
MyMoneyMyWay.com, MyMoneyMyWay.com. or 303-779-6600, 303-779-6600. O'Brien Legal Services. He can help you if you're a landlord facing these new eviction laws. It's really hard, especially if you have squatters or you have a troubled tenant. He can help you. He helps commercial or mom and pop operations. He does all kinds of real estate law. He's our expert here on the show, OLSlaw.com, 720-370-7388. That's 720-370-7388. Made in the Shade window coverings for you, for your home, for your business, and it's all one-stop shop. They send a designer and a measurer to measure everything and help you pick the right stuff for the right place, free of charge, no obligation. If you decide to move forward, they try to hit your budget with high-tech, low-tech, in-between tech, shades, curtains, whatever you want. They will then install it with the best installers in the business. DenverShades.co. That's easy to remember. It's made in the shade, but it's DenverShades.co.
Thank you.
There were no incidents like that.
Hey, do you got to pay to park there, man? Someone told me you got to pay to park to pick food up there. Is that true?
Oddly expensive.
Got it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, thanks, man. Bye. I knew that guy was totally full of shit. That was that restaurant? Yeah. He had all of you. I was the only one that fucking knows anything.
Again? Again?
Like usual.
Yeah, right.
Never heard of a fucking strip mall where you can't park. Oh. Let's see.
He was just here, like a couple days ago.
Who?
Rod Smith.
Yep, he comes in all the time.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I knew.
What do you mean?
Was because I have this wicked habit now because.
It's in the shopping mall. I don't know what side it's on.
Dan will
I can't. Yeah, it's kind of weird when you try to find it on Google Maps. You don't even see it. But I know it's the parking lot.
And sometimes, obviously I'm trained to look for Martino guests.
Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255.
So there's free parking there. He said the only time there'd ever be an issue if someone was parked there for a long period of time and weren't in the restaurant. So I don't think this has anything to do with signage being a half inch or whatever. I think it's got to do with the guy was there forever and it got towed.
You really think so, huh? Okay.
Well, I called the restaurant. I said, you have free
yeah,
parking.
No, I get you. And he said there was free parking. My God.
Said absolutely free parking. Now, if you're parked in front of us forever and you're not here, the landlord might tow it, but we wouldn't tow it.
Gosh. I just am baffled by this whole thing. I just am. I'm baffled. But anyway, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Mark, I just sent the Zoom link so you can join us on YouTube, and I sent it to help into you too. And so let's keep going here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I guess he's going out to get the sign, though, because no matter what, he'll need that. Let's talk to Sue about a construction company. Sue, what's going on with you, Sue?
Hi, Dan. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So you talked to us a while ago. This has been an ongoing issue. I live here in Westminster at Yacht Club 1.
How long ago did I talk to you about this?
Probably almost a year ago.
Yeah. It was a long time. Yeah, I remember something about the yacht club. I do. So tell me what's going on.
So it's been ongoing. We have 151 units. And some of them I will say rental, but, the owners are fully aware of this. So 2017, there was a hailstorm.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna bring up my expert here too. I'm gonna go to a watch.
Am I to understand there's a yacht club in Westminster?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun. Yeah.
So ironically, and we're pretty blessed. There's it's called Hidden Lake, 69th and Sheridan.
Yeah, no, I know about it. Yeah, so tell me what the issue is now. So you have 161 units, and there was a hailstorm. The hailstorm was when?
2017.
Okay, so what's going on now?
We won the litigation. It took years.
Why was there litigation? That part you got to tell me now. Why litigation?
I'll tell you, when I bought the house, I didn't even know.
But what was the litigation for? The hailstorm?
Yeah, regarding the repair, the roofs, the siding.
Okay, well, what I mean is, who was the HOA suing?
The insurance company.
Why?
For funding, allocations of funding, how much money we were to get allocation for the repairs.
In other words, it was almost a bad faith lawsuit because your insurance was turning down, and what?
Well, that wasn't the issue. We won that case. Yes, that was the issue. We won the money that we needed.
Okay.
So that's already years. We won that.
Okay.
So we had got $8.4 million. We have that had that money in our HOA.
Got it.
Finance.
Right.
Okay. So moving on, we won that. We were very happy about that.
Got it.
So we had our board, and the board, we had some people that have been in the board for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to say the names.
Did they all take vacations?
Oh, that's exactly it.
Oh, no, wait. Sue, wait. You're not kidding, right? Are you saying they took the money?
On my soul. So let me tell you.
No, wait. Where's the 8 point? Hold on. I just have to ask a few questions. Where's the 8.4 million?
Okay, so.
Wait, no, is it there?
No, we can't find it. So according to the...
Oh, my God. Now, here's what's funny, Mark, as you know, Mark, because it's happened to us how many times in 45 years. What's going to happen is you're going to see this now on TV, and then some TV reporter is going to claim that he uncovered this. So I want everyone to remember this.
Well, if she ever gets to what happened to her.
All right, hold on. I got to take a break. I want to hear this story, I promise you, but I want to give you more time. I'm Tom Martino. 8 million missing or 4? Wait, whatever. It's missing. Come on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com will do a free market valuation of your home for the asking if you're looking to sell. If you're looking to buy, he can tell you what you can net and what you'll buy. It's all free. It's part of his complimentary service of giving back. No obligation. 303-920-1622. He takes into consideration all elements. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
This hour from Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Well, I can't imagine.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
New problems in the tech center this morning. Got a brand new crash. This is northbound I-25, just after Arapahoe Road, where the on-ramp spills onto the highway. You've got the right lanes blocked up, so it is forcing a bit of an early merge there if you're getting from Arapahoe Road onto northbound I-25. But it's also slowing the highway from Dry Creek. So if you're caught in these backups, try and work yourself to the left side of the highway. Southbound I-25 has made a nice little recovery down through the Thornton and Northglenn area. That earlier wreck at 104th long since cleared. Denver weather for today, mostly sunny skies and a high up to 82 degrees. Right now we've warmed up to 68 with your Impact Traffic and weather. I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Only at Lowe's, MVP Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500. Discount on eligible product only and reflected in quote. Restrictions apply. See Pro Desk for details. MVP Pro Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms subject to change.
I love 888heating.com. That team will do this deep clean of your furnace system right now before the winter and a check for $45. And you know what they do? They really do great work on not just the cleaning, but we've gotten rave reviews about them for replacement, especially high efficiency that they've come to specialize in that can save you money going forward forever. 888heating.com. Go to that website, $45 deep clean, 888heating.com. I hope you never need John Fuller. He's a personal injury attorney. But I will tell you that John is the one you want to call at the first sign of trouble. Yes. He'll talk to you about your injuries or potential injuries and who's at fault and what is it worth. Yeah. And he will go over what you should do next. And if it's worth pursuing because of collections or your uninsured motorist coverage and what that'll cover, your medical payments, he will help you in every step. And here's the most important part. You do get to talk to him. Very few personal injury attorneys talk to you up front. Look for him, John Fuller. Look him up, John Fuller, Fuller Law. 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500.
Just be patient with me.
Mark, the Zoom's up, by the way, just whenever.
He's not listening to you. Look at him.
Well, he can whenever he wants, this son of a gun.
We're going to get to you as soon as possible.
He's barely
okay? So
involved in this.
Really appreciate your patience.
How has he not moved to Vegas or somewhere else? What's going on?
You know what?
What?
I don't know why. Mark, just
why
tell
don't
him.
you leave?
Tell him it's there.
He's not listening.
Tom says the link is there.
Thank you. Who's ever that? Who's that?
That would be Dollar.
Dollar. Hey, tell Dollar I gave him a wrench.
Thanks, Tom.
I gave you a wrench, Dollar, because you deserve it.
I am kind of a lug nut, but I'll
He'd
take it.
prefer a wench, not a wrench, but okay.
Yeah. You got that, Shannon.
Yeah. Not necessarily a monkey wench.
Tell Mark to get on so we can we can compare the half-inch letters.
What?
Get on, no Zoom.
Font. Whip out your font.
I will
we need
on
to
the
measure
break.
it.
Okay.
Jeez.
Can he hear
How
me?
big is your font?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Hey, Mark, that was a perfect opportunity for you to come back and say, man, half inch, these look huge.
The sign thing, whatever. It just doesn't matter.
Why?
Why would it matter? Why the fuck would it matter? There's private parking for patrons only in huge letters everywhere.
Okay, now, he was a patron.
But then did he leave the car there?
He was at this little takeout place for 3 hours. Okay.
Wait, it's a takeout place?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? We got
People just pull the wool
over my
directly
eyes because I'm an
over your
old,
In
feeble
this
man.
$8 million HOA. Why hasn't this been on the news then?
Yep.
That's exactly what I was thinking. $8 million disappears?
Yeah. And one lady's got a problem with it.
Listen, somebody has to break the story. We didn't know about P. Diddy for the longest
No,
time.
listen, man. I'm telling you,
I had
Mark.
my suspicions.
No, it's because you're racist.
I like all the stars that used to hang and party with him, right?
Hey, how about the Broncos finally getting out from under that? They were Bieber to the P. Diddy Raiders for a while there, huh?
That was a fucking great game, bro.
That was
Heard about
great.
The poo. Sorry about that.
Is that guy? Is that kid good? Is he good?
Bo?
Yeah.
He's
And
getting
he's
good.
Nice. And he's nice.
That
He's a
defense
nice
is
guy.
good.
Yep.
That's who
Nice
won that
is
game.
good. I heard the last guy was not nice.
The last
Oh,
guy.
crazy.
Who?
Russell Wilson.
Russell?
You know, actually, well.
Why do
He
people
wasn't- he
dislike
wasn't
him so
mean.
much? Man, you should
Well, he
read.
sucked as a quarterback.
No, but
That would be
even
one reason.
even where he is right now, he's getting such bad press, man.
He's got a new catchphrase there in
What is
Pittsburgh. It's, you know how you had Let's Ride here and Go Hawks in Seattle. Now it's let's go for 7, like the 7th Super Bowl. That's his.
Oh.
That's what he's saying at the end of each of his interviews.
Oh, okay.
Let's go get 7.
Is he doing any good this season?
He hasn't played.
He hasn't played. Oh boy.
Oh, not this year. But. No, Russell was okay to be around. After a bit there, he just was shell-shocked everywhere, just wide-eyed and terrified. But a nice guy, but an okay nice guy.
Did Kat say hi to you today?
Oh, yeah. Well, she came over here. She ran to
Oh, nice guy. Here we go.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hey, Tom Martino, I got to go back to Sue. Now, according to her, there was an insurance lawsuit. The HOA was awarded $8.4 million. And it probably, if it happened in 2017, the money was probably awarded in 18, who knows. But that's like 1921, 6 years ago. Sue, I need to ask, I know you want to tell a story, but I need to ask you, is the money actually missing?
So this is what happened. Okay. Now, as far as there's a statute, and it's called H, like in Harry, B as in Bill, 12-1237. It states that they have to give us all of our financials, as in the HOA.
Yeah, but okay, but what is that? Okay, keep going. I'm never going to get an answer from you if the money's in the bank or not.
No, it's not. It's not. They will not show us anything.
Well, then hold on. There's a difference between they won't show you and it's not there. I need to know, did anyone verify the money is missing?
Okay, so the vice president, we cannot see it. They are not allowing us.
So I'm going to ask this one more. I'm going to ask this one more time, Sue.
No.
Has anyone verified it is missing?
Yes, we cannot see it. We are not allowed.
Okay, Sue.
Nope,
Sue,
gone.
hold on.
Gone.
Sue, you can't see my money, and it's not missing.
It's missing.
Now, how do you know? How do you know it's missing?
Us residents of the community, the homeowners, it's gone. We can't see it.
Okay. Meaning what? What does that mean? Did you go to the bank and the bank said the money is not here?
Okay. They will not share financial records about the millions in renovations.
Okay, hold on now. So, since 2017, has any repairs taken place? Have any repairs taken place?
Yes, they have.
Okay, now hold on. From 2017 till now, please, I don't want exaggeration or hyperbole or accusations, although they all may be true. Trust me, Sue, I want to help you. But first I need to know this. Hold on. What major renovations since that 2017 lawsuit have been done? Just give me a list of what has been done.
I'll start with the roof, the gutters, the walls, the privacy walls, and the siding. Now,
hold on. So are you saying that the roof, the gutter, the walls, and the siding cost $0, and the whole 8.4 should still be in the bank?
I will rephrase it. They have been done. The financial statements haven't been up to par because the materials were poor materials.
Boy, this went from stolen money and vacations to...
Yeah, I know. Sue, I want to know something. Are you did you guys all go to a meeting and demand information?
Oh, most definitely.
And how many of you? How many of you?
I have... Well, some of them are...
How many of you? No, I'm not going to go on until you answer one question directly. How many residents have been questioning the board at meetings?
On March 27th, there were 32.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right,
I have
good.
multiple
Okay,
minutes written down.
I want to know this again. Are they literally refusing? Now, before you answer, listen to the whole question. Are they literally refusing to show you financials, or do you simply disagree with what they're showing you?
They are refusing.
So they have not shown you anything.
Nope.
I
Not
don't
exaggerating.
Okay, Sue, who represents the HOA board members?
You want names?
Yes, who represents them?
Julie McLean and Larry Jiron. They will not. I'm just reading a flyer.
Are they attorneys? Are they attorneys?
No.
Do you realize, okay, first of all, okay, I don't understand when you say they will not show you financials. So why don't you get a petition to oust those board members?
We did, and we have it.
How many signatures do you have?
We have the 150. We have the percentage to boost them out.
When are you going to do it?
Well, in January 1st, we are supposed to have the whole new board member. I'm not on the board. My neighbor is. So this lady that's been on the board for multiple years thinks she can kick him off. I don't know, the logistics of being on the HOA.
But here's what I want to know, Sue. Why don't the people that signed that petition, if they each chipped in just $100, they can retain an attorney to look into this?
I have one, actually.
Well, did you hire him or her?
We're doing the steps we want, but we want the news to do this because we do not want other people to deal with this.
Well, I know, but you have to do it through the courts. I'm going to look into it, but I don't think the money is missing. I think they've used the money for a lot of this. They might have some left. I just don't know why they're not sharing it. In other words, I need to know. Yes.
One man, and I don't even want to say gentleman, is suing us, and he moved into a $900,000 home.
Now, what do you mean he's suing you?
Where the hell's a nice $100,000 home?
So
the average is $600,000.
It's in Erie.
So what are you saying? He was on the board. He was on the board, and he took money and left.
Yep.
You
and
think
he tried to run? Can I tell you the name of the construction company? Because this guy didn't even know how to run a construction company. I have 180 pictures of falsified the job. They were trying to pour cement over rotted wood.
Okay, listen, Sue, you are either a genius or a nut. There's no in between here. So,
I'm both.
Are you claiming that the current HOA stole the money?
I'm not saying all of it, but
Okay.
they were in part. Instead of getting good wood, they got third class. And this guy.
So you're
and this
saying,
woman-
hold on, are you saying though they dummied up the bills so they could keep
That's
some
right.
of? So they exaggerated the bills, you think?
Most definitely, he paid himself. He sat out here in a.
Wait. Who is he? Is he? Hold on. Is he the contract? Just wait, Sue. Please wait for the question. The person you're talking about, was he the one hired to do the work, or was he an HOA member?
HOA member, and he owned a private construction company.
And was that
helped-
construction company the one to do the repairs?
Yes, he hired him.
Wait. So he hired himself to do the repairs?
He hired Blue Spruce without any of us.
Okay. I'm asking again. Does he own or is he part of the construction company?
No, he found the company.
Okay.
He found Blue Spruce.
Do you think he's getting kickbacks from this company?
Most definitely.
Did Blue Spruce, you better, you're on the air saying this, by the way, and you're subject to a lawsuit. Okay. Now, Blue Spruce, did they do all of the repairs or did they just do some of them?
They subcontracted to some
Okay,
people.
I understand, but they were in charge of the whole project.
Correct.
Okay. Hold on a second, okay? I need to take a break. We are going to look into this, okay? In fact, I really mean this sincerely. I'm going to have someone contact you off the air. And Sue, this is not an insult to you, but we also need to talk to other people involved, not just you, okay? Do you think you can give us the names of other concerned citizens there? Did she hang up?
You said put her on hold.
Okay, she's on hold.
Other people call?
Good. Hold on. Kachina, I want to give this to Dee right here. Please hang on. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Thank you.
You can sink your teeth into this.
Now, impact
I want to
traffic.
know.
This report is sponsored
There's got to be
by
something there,
Lifeline.
maybe.
New problems in the tech center this morning. Got a brand new crash. This is northbound I-25, just after Arapahoe Road, where the on-ramp spills onto the highway. You've got the right lanes blocked up, so it is forcing a bit of an early merge there if you're getting from Arapahoe.
Tom, huge fan. You know that.
Yeah.
However, you have 3 times this hour told someone to hold on and then asked them a question.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just want you. You know the communication with me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Get a since cleared. Denver weather for today, mostly.
I'm a trained pony.
52 degrees. Right now, we've warmed up to 68.
Tell Mark
with your
to get
impact
on
traffic
soon.
and weather. I'm Aaron O'Neill.
Well, here you go.
October Cyber
15 away.
Month. One way to help protect yourself is updating your passwords. Using the same one from multiple accounts can make you vulnerable to cyber criminals. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. Start a 30-day free trial at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
Keel and Park are estate planning attorneys. Keel and Park. They'll review everything you own in your estate, everything you want to leave, your business, your investments, and then come up with a plan. Once that plan is formulated, it has flat rate pricing, and you'll never wonder about the price again. They are located up north, but they are truly serving the entire metro area, so I urge you to call Keel and Park. 970-818-8198, lawkp.com. You know, Gravina's Windows, they are, when I tell you this in Lakewood, they are the ones that have been on a referral list for like 20 years. Gravina's, 303-472-8462, gravinawindows.com. Now, they're on West Evans, and they've been around for years. In fact, Larry Gravina started in the business in 72. His son is now running the place along with Larry's guidance, and this is a company you can trust with multiple lines of windows, like 50 lines, so they can find something good for you, and multiple lines of siding and doors. GravinaWindows.com, 303-472-8462. The art of granite is the art of doing things the right way. And they do more than granite. They do every countertop you can imagine, and they also, of course, tear out and haul away free, and all of the materials are wholesale, and they give prices on the phone because they're proud of their deals. You will love them. Get those counters in time for the holidays. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. Get your price right now, theartofgranite.com.
Thank you. Mark is listening if you want to talk about these.
It's okay.
Darn it.
Damn it.
Are you talking to me?
No.
Okay.
I was trying to stir up some shit between Mark and Tom because I like watching that.
You like what?
Watching you two fight.
We don't fight. What do you mean?
I know. I mean, well, yeah, but it's whatever it is. It's rock'em sock'em robots. Nobody gets hurt, but everybody gets their noggin, their block knocked off.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I get that a lot.
I mean, where are you? Are you in a different world than we are?
Man,
It's Shannon.
I'm sleeping like 4 hours a day. I got to cover all this football crap, and I don't care about these people.
Tom didn't want to send video.
Right.
That's all I know.
He didn't want to.
He did not want us on video.
He didn't want you to lick his
Then
clink or
all of a
whatever.
sudden he wants us on video.
Very concerned about you not being on video.
I don't
all
even
I'm
know what
saying.
the hell you're talking about. I've always had you on video every day.
And he was saying yesterday, I don't want to see anybody else on video anymore. Said
He's
keep
such-
Kelly off camera. No Mark, no Shannon, no Scott, no Chopper,
God,
no
you're like-
Suze, no Guest, no Brian, nobody.
God, he's like working
Oh
with
my
the
God in
He
heaven.
wants to just zoom in on that mug of his.
Oh my God.
Am I centered? Am I centered in the shot? How's my frame? What do you think of the lighting? Mark,
Hey,
put
your
up a-
hair's looking good, dude.
Mark, put up a poll.
Who?
Ask about the lighting.
Your fucking hair is growing.
I know it is. It's crazy.
It's fucking crazy, man.
It is
It
actually.
went from like peach fuzz to pubic hair. Yeah, you are. You're going to need a haircut real soon. Hey, Brian.
Go ahead.
Yes,
Look at
sir.
his hair. I mean, it's.
I
fucking
know. I'm
getting
looking
there,
at.
isn't
I
it?
didn't even pay attention until you said it, but it actually is growing.
Would you say it's as long as an average pube?
Well, with the knowledge of knowing you're a half incher, I don't know.
Well, it looks like a half inch because of the. Now you've heard about the tree looks bigger if you cut the tree.
Right, exactly.
called
You get lost in the forest there.
Pretty soon he won't even have to wear a hat.
Man, if you let that go for more than a few days, it feels like you're sitting on a gift shop cactus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the headphones are kind of getting. I mean, it's pushing down the hair right now.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
It really
He's only
is.
been getting that shit for, what, a couple months, Tom?
What's that?
Your hair.
Yeah, I don't know when I
knew
first
he'd tune
started
me out.
it, but
I can always tell when he tunes
But
me
I've
out.
had 3.
Yeah, I can too. His eyes glass over as he's staring at his computer. I know he's not
They
listening.
do, and he's looking at pictures of the Beatles.
Talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Okay, so Troy has an issue with Frontier Airlines, and we still have our insurance expert here. Of course, you hear Brian Burns, Compass Insurance Group. This whole thing has me crazy, this HOA thing. What do you think's going on with that, Mark? What do you think?
I have no idea, but I don't like how it started out. They absconded with the money and went on vacation. Then they're buying $1 million homes. I don't see any proof of that. We don't see anything. Something's wrong. I don't understand why they don't share the books. That should be done. It looks like you're going through the proper sequence, too, in order to kick these people out.
Yeah, okay. And Deputy D's talking to her now. Let's talk to Troy. Troy, what's going on with Frontier?
Hey, good morning, Tom.
Hey,
Thank
Troy.
you for taking this call.
What's happening?
Yeah, it's interesting because on Sunday, I was flying out from Denver to Little Rock to go visit my daughter, grandkids, who was going to throw me a party for me for my 60th birthday when I turned 60 on the 4th. We had the flight was delayed, but when we started to board, we were asked to go out on the tarmac, and there was a 3-tier ramp, sloped ramp to get onto the plane. There were 3 passengers that had wheelchairs, and the first 2 were put on the plane, went up the ramp by an attendant of Frontier. The third lady in the wheelchair had a friend with her. They started to go up the ramp, and I noticed that she was struggling.
All right, you hold on. I want to come back to you. I want to hear this story. Please don't go anywhere. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up.
Thank you. Three people in wheelchairs on a single flight. Is that common nowadays? What's going on?
People in wheelchairs have to fly.
I know they have to.
Good morning. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. Hello. Tom Martino Show. How can I help you?
Pull it out when coming in on Tuesdays.
This was a dirty hair day. I am an expert on what this guy is going to be complaining about.
Have you heard this Tampa mayor? She's been pretty tough.
James, hang on for me.
Yeah.
and-
I have a friend right in the middle of it that won't leave.
Possible, okay? Hang
Well,
on.
tell him Jane Castor said he's going to die.
He's not
He or
leaving
she.
on a big airplane. He's leaving on one of their bombardiers or something like that.
No. No. So at DIA now, in Terminal A, it used to end right around 45.
Yeah.
It now goes about another half mile to an area where it's all Frontier, and all Frontier has is Airbuses. They're all identical planes.
Right.
So Frontier parks them there, and out there, every single thing are ramps that go 3 up to the back of the plane and to the front.
Well,
They
so
act.
they've expanded that, didn't they?
They've actually load both ways. It's a long fucking way. When you're in those gates like 89, 90, it is a long ways to get there.
Wow.
And then when you finally get there, you go, I can't believe I got to now walk out of the airport and then walk up these crazy aluminum gates to the airplane.
I'll have
Now-
to see that because I fly Southwest anymore. I honestly don't fly Frontier.
Now, one of the good things about it is when you disembark, they generally will pull up to both. So
Yeah.
they will load and unload, especially unload, from the front and back. So,
Do that with those.
so it actually goes pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
But it's a pain in the ass. Imagine if it's raining, snowing, you're going to get soaking wet before you go there. It's not like they're really enclosed at all.
No.
You know, that's how we do it on the Buffs. When we
Yeah.
travel with CU, it's front and back stairs.
Yep, that's what, stairs. These are like
Yeah,
ramps.
Is that on the west end or east end?
Ah, shit. I don't know.
Good
No,
morning,
it's
Troubleshooter
back
Show.
there.
Did
I
you want
heard
to
on
talk
the
to Tom
news
and the
this
gang?
I think they said on the east side. East end.
Oh, shoot a poodle. Okay, don't run off.
It is so massive now, though.
Hang on.
And they have a Breckenridge brewery. I think it's Breckenridge. Yeah, they put a Breckenridge brewery way down there. But it's far away. There's nothing else down there, man. It's just Frontier Airlines, the one restaurant, a little gift store, and a lot of terminals.
It's crazy. It outgrew the structure as big as it was in the 90s.
Fuck, man, it's massive. If no one's been down there, it's crazy. So you go all the way to like gate 45, then you take an escalator downstairs, and then you walk probably a quarter to a half mile down a hallway with nothing. Then all of a sudden you're in a whole new terminal. Well, I guess technically it's not a new terminal. It's gates like 46 through 100.
Are you saying in the B terminal?
A.
Oh, okay. Because B has it where you go underneath as well.
I don't think I have ever in my life flown out of B, and I have flown a million times.
You don't ever
Is
do
that
United?
or Continental? That's United.
Yeah.
United.
I've flown United to Hawaii a few times, so maybe I was in B.
Yeah, that's usually. I mean, they do have a few other, gates that they'll go to in other terminals, but B is a very high majority of B is United.
And our buddy Steve Snappin' Dogs has a restaurant out there.
I'm just so sad that they closed.
Did you guys see that Frontier land in Vegas and catch fire?
I did see that.
That was fucking crazy. I'm on that flight all the time, but from here, not from, I think that was from L.A. He came down hard. I guarantee they felt that landing.
That's what they said.
It burst into
that's
flames,
exactly
did he
what
say?
they said. No, it hit so hard it looks like sparks just shooting out of the entire plane or the belly.
I'm very sad about that. It's like
I don't think it caught on fire because they didn't pull those things you jump off of. They pulled stairs up.
second restaurant I ate at.
Case 13. I wasn't about to boot Sonny.
No more really good hot dogs.
Well, maybe.
Except for hamburger stand.
Oh.
I still have that.
Der Wiener Schnitzel.
And Sonic.
I wish that on the app I could order the foot long as a Chicago style, but you can only do that in person.
The chili cheese one, right?
No. Well, it's a foot long, and on the app or whatever, it's chili. But if you get there, you say, "Can I make that the?" I don't think they call it Chicago style.
But with
even
the
though it
peppers
is.
and shit like
Yeah,
that.
I like that on the foot long.
I actually like those footlongs, man. They're stupid.
yeah.
They're like so thin, though.
All right. Well, genetically, it's kind of rare to have it fat and long.
Yeah.
When you have to now go to the airport to get Steve Snappin' Dogs, that sucks. Sorry. Very upset about this.
Well, I can't.
Is Snapping Dogs truly shutting down? Someone's asking.
Yep.
Yes.
Where is it?
Colfax and I don't
Right
know.
by
I have to look.
National Jewish.
Yeah, kind of Colfax in Colorado.
Is it a cart or a restaurant?
A restaurant?
It's a restaurant.
It feels like a shipping container with an awning, but yeah, it's a restaurant.
You remember that one up past Morrison that was in the shape of
It's
a hot
still
dog?
there.
It's there.
The Coney. The
Coney.
Island, yeah.
Absolutely.
I thought they moved it.
No, it's off of Kenosha Pass.
It wiggles around a bit, but
It does. It's moved, but it still has that same exact look.
Jerry. It moved.
It moved.
That's not the test. If it moved is not the test. What is the test?
I don't remember.
Hold on. I got to think for a second.
All right, I'll let you think.
Male masseuse, right?
Yep.
Right.
Here we come.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life just a little easier here. And we have a lot going on. We have, of course, Brian Burns here, the Insurance Help Center. You can always get your quotes at 303-996-9000. Well, it's not just a quote, it's a review of what you have. And if you have a great deal, they're going to honestly let you know. We've been very busy this morning. We have to go back to the phones. This issue with Frontier Airlines, Troy was telling us that he was boarding a plane. There was a 3-level ramp to board the plane. There were 3 people in, 3 passengers in wheelchairs. Continue your story, Troy. What was going on then?
All right, thanks, Tom. Yeah, the main purpose is that I was removed from the airline that day.
Well, hold on. How did that happen? I mean, you talked about. Well, how did that happen?
You talked about 3 people in wheelchairs going up a ramp.
Yeah, and now you were removed from the flight. Why were you removed from the flight, for goodness sakes?
Because when I noticed that the third person in the wheelchair needed assistance, I went up to the gentleman and said, "Are you not going to help this lady go up the ramp?" I said, "Can I?" And he gave motion that I could help her. So I went up and I took over the wheelchair and I pushed it up the ramp. When I got to the entrance of the door of the airplane, there were 2 flight attendants just standing inside. They did not recognize that we got there yet. So I tilted the wheelchair back at an angle and got the front wheels up into the airplane. I started to push it into the plane, and I got the rear wheels to the small little 6-inch ramp. The flight attendant then noticed that I was there. She walked up in front of the wheelchair and said, "Sir, we can't have the wheelchair come into the into the airplane." And I said, "Well, here, let me just get it up level and we can get her out." So I picked up the rear of the wheelchair and pushed it in another 6 inches. The wheelchair was level. I helped the lady get out of the wheelchair. She stood there with her hand on the wall. I removed the wheelchair from the airplane. Her friend and her thanked me very much. I took the wheelchair down the ramp. When I came out, all of the passengers applauded. Started clapping. They then allowed us to board the plane. We got on the plane. We were sitting on the plane for at least 30 minutes with the door not being closed, and the staff was up front having conversation, and we knew something was going on. And shortly after, I thought that they started to talk about me because I saw them pointing at me a couple times. And after 45 minutes of delay, one of the supervisors, customer service, walked up to me and said, "Sir, do you have a bag? I need you to talk to you off the plane." I was traveling with my girlfriend.
Now, let me ask you something, Troy. Troy, I understand you're telling me your story, but did you say or do anything out of frustration or anger or anything? Now we all remember the story about Terrell Davis being kicked off a plane for nothing. I mean, was there anything that they mistook for aggression or frustration or anger?
Okay. So since I did not know why I was getting removed off the plane, once I did get off the plane, I was told that the flight attendant said that I rammed her with the wheelchair.
Okay. So there was a reason. And again, like they said, like Terrell Davis was accused on another airline of attacking someone. These flight attendants are overly sensitive. I swear to God they are. So they basically punished you.
Correct. Yeah. So what was so interesting is that if me hitting her or ramming her with the wheelchair, it had to be at that moment when I lifted the wheelchair
I
up
get
and
it.
pushed it in 6 inches. Yeah. And so when we were getting off, I didn't want to go off in handcuffs, so I most definitely did not say anything. All I said was that when I stood up to grab my bag, I turned to the passengers and I said, "I apologize for this delay. Didn't realize." I said to the lady that I helped in the wheelchair, "I hope you can help explain this," because I think there's two sides.
I understand. No, Troy, you don't sound like a nut. So what happened then?
So we went ahead and exited the plane. When we got down by the ticket area, the customer service was explaining to me the reason, and she said that the flight attendant accused me of hitting her with the wheelchair, and she felt unsafe for me to travel on the plane.
This is the Terrell Davis story all over again. All over again.
And I never had two words with this lady other than, let's get this lady.
Troy, I believe you. So what happened since then?
Since then, I filed a couple complaints. I have received a couple letters from Frontier, and in my opinion, the letter most definitely references, that there was obviously the issue.
Did you ever get the name? You need the woman you were pushing. Was she aware? Was she alert? Could she say he never intentionally touched her or rammed her or anything?
Yes, most definitely, Tom. That's what
do you have her name and number, sir?
Yeah. No, I never got it because they just made me exit the plane. I wish I've reached out.
I don't know what you can do about it at this point. Does anyone have any suggestions?
Well, did you get a refund? Did you get on another plane? What happened in that aspect?
They did said that they could refund us and that they could get us on the next flight, but the next flight they only do it on Sundays and Thursdays. And
did you get another flight?
We did not because
I would have got another flight, then I would have sued them.
So I'm looking for legal counsel advice right now. We also noticed
you don't need legal counsel. What you need is a damage. I don't know what your damage is. You didn't end up going. They gave you a refund. You didn't buy another flight that was more expensive. Did you cancel a hotel? Did something happen where you lost money?
Yes. Yes.
Then I would sue them for whatever that is in small claims court. You don't need an attorney. It sounds like it's under $7,500, and if it's valid, I would agree with you.
Right. I think, Tom, the issue that I have is I have two Frontier employees that are basically not telling the true story. they said that they asked the lady if she needed help, and there was on a Reddit response that has now 500 response. The gentleman writes on there, he says, the craziest thing happened on the flight today. A man was removed from the thing for helping a lady in a wheelchair. And
look, the story's wonderful and all. I'm telling you, just sue them. Just sue them in small claims court for whatever the actual damages are. And if they're true damages and you missed a hotel or you have money out of pocket, they'll probably show up and pay for it.
Okay. Yeah, I think probably the damage is just me not getting the ability to go see my granddaughter who was throwing me a birthday party. And we would have had to buy flights on another airline. And I'm an elite member for Frontier. And so I was using miles to get there. And so, yes, they afterwards yesterday and they're on my complaint.
Troy, I get all that. Unfortunately, with small claims court, you're not going to sue for missing your birthday party. Your granddaughter was throwing you. But if you had a hotel there, if you had a rental car, if you truly lost money, or if you did buy another ticket, which we already know you didn't, and did have additional expenses, that would be valid too. But you don't have any of that.
Sure.
It does suck, though. It just sucks.
If you don't know how to fly Frontier, it's hard, man. It's really hard.
But it's not just Frontier. The airlines are getting crazy.
Yeah, I agree. They kind of became like Nazis over COVID. Really, they've become. I hate throwing that word around. I'm going to take that back. They become very hard to deal with since COVID. It seems.
I don't know, man. It's weird. I mean, she didn't feel safe with you there, Troy. Were you grumping? Were you yelling? Were you causing a scene?
Not at all. Not at all. And that's the thing. If you read the Reddit responses, the customers were blown away. They said this man helped this lady in a wheelchair, and now he's getting.
I would post and post and post as much as I could. I would have gotten the name of the lady. And I would have, because you needed some witnesses on that flight. What flight number was it? And really, we should put the word out in case someone is listening. Weirder things have happened on this show.
Yeah, it was a Frontier flight F94776 leaving from Denver to Little Rock at 2:30 on Sunday.
Okay, on Frontier flight F94776. And it was departing for Little Rock.
Around 2. Yep. No,
when?
It was, departing Denver, going to Little Rock, yep.
Departing for Little Rock when?
At 2:30 p.m. And it didn't leave until 4:40. It was delayed 2 hours and 10 minutes.
And it was on Sunday afternoon?
Yes, it was.
This past Sunday?
Yep.
Hey, Mark, you've done this before. How do you serve Frontier? You know how to do that.
Yeah, you just look at, you serve them in Littleton, to be precise, but yeah.
Well, you did lose something. When did you end up going, or did you skip the whole trip?
We skipped the whole trip just due to that we weren't willing financially and everything to want to buy new tickets because I didn't know if I'd ever get refunded.
So then did you – you did get a refund, though.
Well, the thing is Frontier only flies on Sundays and Thursdays to Little Rock, and so they offered.
But you did get a refund.
In the letter, they said that they would refund my 40,000 miles, and yes.
Okay.
So I did get that refund.
Right.
Yeah, then you'll sign a release, I assume.
All right. Listen, I think it sucks. I'm sorry it happened to you, and I wish I don't think it's just Frontier Airlines. Look what happened with Terrell Davis. Wasn't it Terrell Davis, right?
Yes.
On Frontier. United.
I'm
was
not
terrible.
sure.
Did you hear the story, Mark?
Yeah, I did. I just don't remember what airline.
Yeah, it was United. And anyway, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255. This whole thing, man, people are getting crazy. By the way, DenverRegen.com. Yes, my hair is growing. I actually had you get 3 treatments for one price for hair restoration using stem cells, and it's working. It really is. I mean, I'm amazed by it. But also, they can get rid of your pain. They can do painful joints. DenverRegen.com.
How do you do it? Some people read pamphlets, others go online. What works for you?
The Blue Book or visiting knowyourjudge.com.
Voting for judges is extremely important to all Coloradans.
You have the job of voting to keep or dismiss judges. This November, make an informed choice.
Visit knowyourjudge.com and get the simple, impartial, nonpartisan facts.
Sponsored by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and the Office of Judicial Performance Evaluation.
It's open enrollment soon, and you need help getting health insurance. I mean, seriously, there are so many offerings out there, whether it be Medicare supplements, Medicare Advantage, or a regular health insurance plan for the younger ones who need subsidies or, tax credits. You can get it all through Integra, and you won't pay a cent more. In fact, they'll save you money. It's health insurance made simple and smart. Integra Insurance, don't even try to do it alone. These licensed professionals can help you. 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500. Integra Insurance. .com. 888heating.com. The Extreme Clean, $45 right now. A clean and check, and they're good, honest people. They do replacements as well at great prices for high efficiency units that will save you money going forward. But get that clean. They're looking to help you get through the winter. No breakdown guarantee. 888heating.com. $45 deep clean. Excel Roofing. The best roofers ever, because no one does business like this. They don't make you sign anything for them to give you a complete and detailed contract, whether it's for a complete roof replacement or repairs. They do it all. They have a service crew as well. Yes, excelroofing.com. They know about the whole roof system too, not just the roof, but they keep that roof longer and keep your house more energy efficient through proper attic ventilation and doing the roof system the proper way. And you don't pay a cent until you're content. That's the Excel way. No one else can touch it. Yeah, you don't pay a dime. They don't ask for your insurance money, and they don't even penalize you if you change your mind. Excel, E-X-E-L as in excellent. 303-761-6400, excelroofing.com.
Go alone tonight.
How much time do I have?
She's going to a concert with
what the hell?
Friend Jazz.
Yeah, go with 3.
Jazz is pretty cool, man.
I just didn't do the math yet.
Cool
What do you want?
chick.
Get out.
That's her real name, huh?
I would assume it's. I would assume Jasmine. I don't know. Jazzlin. Jazzlin.
Whacking his head on the
Or Jasmine. I've just always called her Jazz. I think there's an L involved.
Like I give a fuck.
But
No, I'm good, thank
Red
you.
Rocks.
I'm not talking to a kid who's whacking his.
She helped out with my dad's 80th birthday party. She really did a lot.
I don't know who it was.
We've gone out to dinner
You
with her and
unplugged
the
that?
kids.
Okay.
We've had them over to brew
Oh my
beer.
gosh, did
Her
Tom
husband
freak out?
helped me brew
Not a
my,
player, 'cause we are
not
like-
my first, but basically my first batch of beer.
Rose from player.
Yeah.
That is funny.
So is it like
Everything
I don't know
that
what
I
the hell's the job.
heard about.
I don't know. Could have been a
Closer to
cheerleader.
where
I
you
don't know.
live. I know you go to
Some dude with
Los
long hair.
Potrillos.
Los Dos Patrios, baby.
Okay, come back down to Hilltop. There's another one there.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
I'll be
a lot
careful
of
when I come out.
I've never
Flipping
been
out.
to that one.
You know where it's at?
No, I know where Hilltop and,
I
say,
just
Parker
didn't
Road.
get
Yeah,
that.
I think it's.
I didn't care.
I think it's where Billie Jean in that area there used to be.
Used to be, yeah. Yeah, that Village Inn, man, that thing was around forever. Forever. Look here, Yady.
I don't think. Mark, can you hear me?
Yady, what kind of taco do you want?
Brian, Shannon wants you.
Yes. Yes, Shannon.
It wasn't me.
Hey, Mark.
Yes. Brian, my friend Brian.
What's
How
up?
are you,
Dimitri is trying to talk to you, but I don't think his mic is on.
Hi, Mark. It's Dimitri. Good morning.
What's up, brother?
Hey, I'm trying to get into call screener, but none of my 3 email addresses work anymore. It says I need to get permission.
That's what we call a Tom has not touched anything moment.
Oh.
What you will find is Tom did touch something, but he will tell you he didn't touch anything.
Wow.
So when he comes down, simply say, hey, I need my permissions back for Call Screener, even though I know you didn't touch anything.
Thanks, dude. That's a really good insight. Thank you.
You're
He gave
welcome.
it to me today, so he probably took Dimitri off.
Mark, it's on the contact. That's the test.
Yes, it's if he touches it,
right,
and it moves. Yeah, that's the true test if you're gay or not.
Not just getting close.
Yeah, one could argue that though.
Well, of course you could argue, but that's the Seinfeld logic. That's all.
The best massage I ever got in my life was from a dude, by far. Probably the top 2 massages I ever got.
Oh, here we go.
Station 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, let's talk here. Ron, now this is a big follow-up. This thing sucks. Is Bo around to talk about this? Anyway.
He is not here today, sir. I don't know if he's listening.
Here's what happened. Ron has had a leak in his ceiling in his apartment. And
I remember this.
And it was coming from a heat exchanger in the ceiling. They claim that it froze up because of his air conditioner and he tried to make his place too cool.
Yeah, he dropped the temp on the thermostat too much and it froze the unit.
Which leaked hot water, and then it's just a long story. Bo says there's no way in hell he was responsible for that. Bo, by the way, for years and years and years and years and years was in the HVAC system and the supply system and the plumbing system.
His whole life.
Yeah, he knows all about it. He went out there and looked at it. But they're still charging him for damages. They were charging Ron. So, Ron, what is the follow-up that you have? We told you you have an expert. Defy them. What's going on now?
Yeah, I tried to contact Bo, but I hadn't heard back. But I tried to pay the rent Thursday, and she refused it. She returned it and said I have to pay the damages along with the rent.
Well,
like
here's the deal. We already talked to Brad O'Brien on this.
What did he say, Mark? I'm looking up the call. Go ahead.
Well, it's pretty straightforward. He's going to have his time in court. If they're actually not going to take his money, you need to make sure not to spend that money like a lot of people do. And then if they actually post the eviction notice, you show up to court, and that's where you'll have your time to fight the eviction.
And in fact, I thought Brad said you had.
Charges.
Brad said you probably have a really good chance of prevailing.
Really, really good chance if everything you're telling us is correct. And Bo would be happy to go with you.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
So here's what I want you to do.
But don't spend the money.
Mark said truer words than were ever spoken here. Most people, when they withhold or when rent's not accepted or they withhold, they spend it. You want to show the judge a cashier's check for every dime you owe the day you show up and say, Your Honor, they were trying to evict me for not paying damages. I am not responsible for those damages. It was in a unit in the ceiling. You be very simple. Remember, the one who wins is the one who explains explains it better. And you'll have an expert with you. So if they have an expert saying he caused the damage, Bo is very convincing. I'm telling you.
All right. Okay, sounds good.
All right.
What the hell was that?
I didn't do it. I didn't touch anything. What was it? Shannon?
Was that you?
Was that you, Shannon?
It might have been.
All right.
Sorry.
I have a question for Brian Burns from Compass. Let me get to my wide shot here and done. Okay. So listen, Brian, they want to know, what do you recommend now? Because we've talked about ACV policies. Their condo development has an ACV policy. This person's afraid of being socked with big, giant bills. What do they do to insure themselves?
Okay. So on their condo policy, also called an HO6 policy, make sure you have coverage for loss assessments. But that's not even good enough. So first of all, for loss assessments, I would carry as high as you can go. A lot of carriers will go up to $50,000, and it's not very expensive right now, at least, to get that coverage. But then you need to read the policy and make sure they don't have a limitation if it's as a result of an HOA deductible. There's language in a lot of them now.
Explain that.
Okay.
So if you get loss assessment coverage,
yep,
you want to make sure the policy covers the assessments for deductibles.
For an HOA deductible, and they have
some of them don't.
There's language in there that you might, on your declaration page, have a $50,000 limit for loss assessment. But if you read the policy, it says we'll only cover up to $5,000 if it's the result of an HOA deductible.
Then when would they cover 50?
To me, there's very little chance they're ever going to have to pay the 50 in that case, because I guess if the HOA, if the policy doesn't cover it altogether, in other words, if it's not covered there and it's falling to you and it's a covered peril, I guess then you would. Okay. But majority of losses are going to be because of the HOA deductible.
That's very interesting. So you have to make sure you have the type of loss assessment coverage that does cover you for deductibles.
For the HOA deductible,
for the whole amount. And, of course, if you don't have insurance, loss assessment coverage will cover your assessment if it's a covered peril. You got to really be careful. The easiest thing is just call Compass. Seriously.
Yep.
303-996-9000.
Hey, real quick, I doubt this would ever happen because it's mostly liability, but some property, do any umbrellas kick in after that, or that's never been done?
I'm sorry, so say that again. The umbrella to cover what?
Umbrellas are... Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
If you had some form of umbrella coverage, would it actually extend on top of that?
Umbrellas are only for liability.
Exactly.
That's how I started.
Yeah, they won't ever cover loss assessment coverage. It is purely for your liability if you're getting sued for some reason.
Tim had an issue with his son's dirt bike, I think a month ago. Hey, Tim, I can't find the call right this second. I'm going to look for it. Explain what the situation was with that dirt bike.
Oh, yeah, I called you a while back. It's a Saran, that electric dirt bike. I called you.
Oh, yeah, I remember. He saved up his money for that. How long ago did you call, Tim?
God, I'm going to say 4 or 5 weeks ago. It's been a minute.
Okay, and what happened?
Where'd it get stolen from?
It got stolen in Monument, right behind the high school.
But didn't you say you kind of know who took it?
Yeah, we do, and our hunch was right. We got the bike back last night.
Was it a kid?
We saw this kid riding all over town. We chased him down a few times, and we finally caught up to him, got an address, and we got it back last night. But my question
now, how'd you get it back?
Well, we called the police because we know where the kid lived, and like we said, we chased this kid all over town.
Yeah, but what did the police help you get it back?
They did. Yes, the police went and knocked on the door and interviewed the parents, and then the kid came home, and then they saw that they scraped the serial numbers off, so they grinded them off completely. So I had a hard time proving it was mine. But there was certain things on the bike that we did to it, and it matched the description, so they gave it back to us.
Wow.
Knowing that the story
what did the parents have to say about all this? They would have known.
Well, was the kid charged? Was the kid charged?
He's getting charged with a felony, yes.
Good.
We are pressing charges, absolutely.
Good.
And ironically, the parents, believe it or not, are mad because they put $1,000 into upgrades on the bike, they said, and they're asking for their money. It's like, are you kidding me?
Jerks.
So that was weird. But my question was, it does have a lot of damage to it. And this bike was brand new. It only had 200 miles on it. We paid $5,000. And, well, the homeowners told me that since it has wheels, it's not covered. It'd be a special ATV.
Well, okay, well, that's BS because my tractor's covered.
Is that under your bailiwick, Brian? Hold on. Go ahead.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. It was a bike? Is that what he said? Or
a motorcycle.
Motorcycle, yeah. Anything. So the way you
not a motor. Kind of like an electric bike. It's not a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's electric.
Yeah, an electric dirt bike.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, electric bikes, there's some, you could have coverage underneath your personal property.
Yes.
But if it's deemed more of a motorcycle
or motor vehicle,
then you wouldn't, because you have to get anything you can get insurance on its own.
That's what
you're going to have an exclusion on that homeowner policy.
Can he get tags on this and actually get insurance on this motorcycle thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I would sure think so. If it's a dirt bike, you could.
Well, I don't know. I'm asking the guy. Can you?
No, we have to get an OHV sticker to ride it up in the trails and parks.
Yeah, it's just a trail bike, man. It's probably not even street legal, Brian.
Yeah, I know, but same thing. If you had a dirt bike, like a Kawasaki 250 or something, that's a dirt bike not used for the road, but you still can get insurance on it.
Wow. Okay, I get it. I guess I don't see the difference between that and my tractor.
Well, tractors, you also need to get insurance on a tractor if you're going to get it off of your land.
Well, you've never told me that.
Okay, I got
a $30,000 tractor, and I don't have coverage on it, you're telling me?
You got to actually schedule a tractor. Yes, you got to cover a tractor.
Well, Lord have mercy. Tom, write this down. I am officially mad at Brian.
I'm actually excited. This is one more thing I get to add on to Mark's insurance.
Well, sorry about that.
How about a four-wheeler, Brian? Same thing?
Same thing.
You can't cover a four-wheeler.
No, you can cover. There's policies for a four-wheeler.
But no, you can't get it as personal property.
It's not personal property. Nope.
But your EV bike is.
A EV bike is the one that's right in that middle because if you think about a regular bike that you have, that would be covered as personal property on your policy. The EV has complicated it because there is some language in policies that would exclude it because it's a motor vehicle, but a lot of them still are saying, no, this is still considered a bike.
All right. By the way, Dan McKenzie is a estate planning attorney. He can do very creative things to move your assets through your estate, including LLCs. He can do trusts. He can do, of course, wills. Anything that you need, Dan McKenzie can attend to. McKenzie Law. We love having him here as our expert for estate planning. 833-CO-PLANS. 833-CO-PLANS.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
They just cleared the crash in the tech center northbound I-25 south of Arapahoe Road. Those left lanes reopened to traffic, so we're once again starting to move a little bit better at the front of the jam, but it did back us up from County Line. You're going to hit those stop-and-go delays. Hopefully that'll quickly unwind. We'll be back to normal coming up through the DTC. That was the one sticking point. The rest of our other highways in pretty good shape. There is some construction slowing southbound E470 right around 96th Avenue. They have you squeezed down to one side of the toll road out there. Denver weather for today. Mostly sunny skies, high to 82. Clear skies overnight. We'll be down to 48 for a low. It's 70 degrees now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Fix It 24/7 for new customers want to introduce to you their extreme clean and check of your furnace system. They get the dirt out. They do a thorough cleaning. It's called the Extreme Clean because it is extreme and they want to show the extreme difference. What they are asking you to do is give them a call and trust them to make your system through the winter with more efficiency and longevity because of the Extreme Clean, because dirt's the #1 killer. FixMyHome.com. Click book now. FixMyHome.com. Brad O'Brien. Hardly a show goes by that we don't mention him or call him or text him for help or information on real estate issues. He can help with all real estate issues, especially if you're a landlord, whether a mom and pop landlord or you have a big complex and you have squatters or you have bad tenants or you just need evictions. He can do it the right way. He can help you through it. Yes, if you are a landlord and you need help, O'Brien Legal Services. And of course, he can help with any real estate, including just going over your documents. 720-370-7388. 720-370-7388. olslaw.com.
Very nice. 4 minutes.
Keep everyone out of those apartments.
Okay, guys.
Trying to get them in the queues. I assume it's died down now.
There we go.
You know what? I'm good. Thank you so much, though. You know, if you wouldn't mind, I would love like just some ice water.
No, they got us through real
Is that all right? Cool.
So,
thank
Brian,
you.
my tractor that I mow my yard with
I
is
may
not
not have
covered.
ice, but I have the filtered water.
What's that, Mark?
I don't think
My tractor that I mow my yard with is not covered.
Well, you're saying a $30,000
Solo cups are in the closet.
a $30,000 lawnmower, a $30,000 tractor.
Yeah, it's a tractor. It's got a 70-inch deck. Sure. It's got a snow thrower I put on during the winter. It's got a scoop for the back if I want to dig a hole and bury somebody.
I never insured my tractor once in all my years of all my tractors.
Your liability, if you're only using it to service your land, your liability extends, but not the physical damage to the actual tractor. We would have to add coverage for the tractor.
All right, well, let's look at it. Jesus. Unbelievable.
What kind of glutton are you?
What do they possibly, like, what do they cover in your house? They don't cover jewelry, guns, cash. They don't cover tractors, dirt bikes, four-wheelers. What the fuck? They're going to cover my $300 10-year-old couch? That's wonderful.
It's all that incredible clothing you have is all covered.
God
Men's
bless.
Whorehouse.
He's got his Bucky shirt on today.
See, that would be covered.
Your medium Buckies.
They'll give me my $13 for my Bucky shirt, my $180 for the used couch, and
your TVs
$75
are all
for my
covered.
recliner.
Your TVs are covered.
That's great. Microwave.
Your microwave. Your
No,
appliances.
gotta schedule that, Mark.
No, you're good. Hey, you're all good.
Garage door opener? Nope. Gotta schedule that. You know what? I love when people stick it to these insurance companies. Nah, they stick it to us. They stick it to us every single day of our life.
You have won the insurance battle. You and I have had this conversation. You've
Doesn't matter.
gotten more paid out to you than you have paid in.
$40,000 a year.
You have had more paid out to you than you paid in.
Not over my lifetime, no.
Since I've known you.
Maybe.
Okay. So you should be celebrating insurance. That's a great deal for you.
No, it's not. It's horrible.
Now, Tom has lost.
It's a horrible deal.
Tons.
He doesn't get aggressive, though.
He doesn't make as many claims, yeah.
I got aggressive and I got dropped.
Like, did you claim when Dolce ran into somebody, or did you pay cash?
She never ran. You mean the deer?
It was at a drive-through or something.
Oh, that was so minor that I paid for that. That was really minor.
That's what I mean. How about with the deer? What'd you do?
Me?
Yeah, okay. Tom's basically self-insured, but he also pays for other insurance.
That's absolutely true.
And so am I.
That's absolutely
I've had
true.
Several I've paid out of pocket.
Didn't you have your tractor stolen, Tom, or your four-wheeler?
Oh, my four-wheeler was borrowed and never brought back.
How does that work, Brian? Isn't that fucking stolen no matter how you look at it?
So, I mean, I guess I would need to know the details.
Mark,
Well,
that
if I
happened
give
to my
neighbor-
snowblower, and that happened to two four-wheelers.
That's what I mean. If I give my neighbor permission to use my
I lost a
car
girl that
and he
way
never
once.
comes back,
Well, yeah, at some point you file. I mean, I bet you would need to probably report it as stolen.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so let's keep going here, and let's see who's okay. You have Tim. Didn't we take Tim? I mean, we handled the dirt bike thing. Wait, what is your question? Actually, you had about you got the dirt bike back. So, what is your actual question?
Well, since the homeowners won't cover it and I didn't have actual insurance, is it possible to sue the parents for small claims for damages?
Hold on. How old is the kid?
15.
Brian, we go around and round about this, about parents and their responsibility. John Fuller said parents can be liable for minor children. The younger, the better. But I don't know. Mark, you said hell yes. What are you thinking?
Oh, my God. He said that kid damaged the bike. I don't know what he means by that, but if it needs new parts, absolutely. The kid stole it. He wrecked it. His parents will be held responsible through a judge. Absolutely. All day long.
Can we?
That's what I wanted to hear.
I want to
appreciate
get.
it.
Look at. I'm not doubting it. I want to get John Fuller's take on it. I just want to ask him a couple questions about it. He knows about liability and all that. I just want to ask him some questions about it.
He might be able to help with James, too, if we get to James.
So let's get him on there. Let's get him. And I'm going to go to Dale then, because we're going to wait for John Fuller. He has a question about a roofing company. Hey, Dale, what's happening? What's going on?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Back when we had the big storms, I think it was in 22, it might have been 23. It was 23, I believe, in June of 23 in the south end of town. We had a roofing company that we've used in the past, both to do roofing and painting, and they've done a great job. They've always done excellent work, and they did excellent work this time. But with all the debacles between supply chains and everything, it took a year to get everything completed. So we got the roof paid for and done and all of the other exterior work. And then when it came down to getting the paint done, we've never seen the bill for the paint. We didn't get an estimate for the paint itself. And he's never sent us a bill, and I've contacted him 3 or 4 times to say,
Wait a minute. So he's never but he did the paint, right?
Yes, he had the paint done. Yes.
Okay. So, but he never.
I've asked him a couple times, hey, what do we owe you for the paint? And he won't get back to me on it.
Well, why do you care then? I'm serious. Why do you care?
Yeah, I just don't want to end up in a situation if he tries to say, hey, I'm going to send you to collections over there.
Well, first of all, he's going to lose his. Hold on. He's going to lose his right. He already lost his right to lien your house. I'm not suggesting you don't pay him. I'm suggesting that until he bills you, you don't pay him.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, and I'm fine with that. I just don't want to get into a situation where I'm in trouble over it. That's why I wanted to know.
I mean, what's going through your mind? Like, how could you be in trouble?
I just, I don't want him to try to put a lien on the house or send us to collections or anything.
But
like
how
that.
can he if he never asked for payment?
Yeah, I get it. I definitely understand. I just want to make sure I'm on the right page.
Okay, I mean, you're a really nice guy, but when was the last time you contacted him?
I haven't been in contact with him probably for 2 months now.
And when you do, does he say he's going to send you a bill?
He just says he'll get back to me and let me know what's going on. And so, I asked him, was there any other things that needed to be done, because the insurance had kind of put a few things on this bill, and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't already done, or if it was, or did we need to still have some work done, or whatever it is. And he said, no, I think everything's complete as far as I know. He goes, I'll check on everything and I'll get back to you. And I mean, it's been over 3 months since they painted the house.
Oh, so it's only been 3 months. It hasn't been. You said it was back in 20. Okay.
Yeah, that's when the damage originally occurred.
Well, then, if he completed it, he has 4 months to lien after the work, but you haven't refused to pay. Look, I would just sit back and wait. What the hell's the difference? You'll always have the money to pay him, right?
Well, we hope.
Well, I mean, did you get paid? Wait a minute. Let me ask you this. No, wait, bro. You got insurance money, is that right?
Yes, we got a check for the insurance.
And so far, you only paid for the roof. How much do you have left from the insurance payment?
We have about $10,000.
You have $10,000 left above and beyond what he did?
Well, without, I mean, that doesn't include the paint. I mean, this particular.
I didn't ask. Here's what I asked, Dale. I asked how much you paid out, and you said you have $10,000 left. Is that right?
At this time, yes.
How much do you think, when you say paint, was the whole house painted?
Yes.
Well, for
We were only
goodness.
supposed to get 3 sides done according to the insurance.
Well,
but,
he's trying to get paid, though. This guy's not doing anything wrong.
Of course he's not. But what I'm saying is I can't believe that the contractor doesn't want to be paid for the whole house. How much do you think that's going to cost, that whole house job?
Probably like 3.
Gosh. I don't have any earthly idea. I mean, it's
How big is your house?
Tri-level house on the back.
Well, you mean you didn't have a
and,
bid? You got an insurance check. You didn't get a bid for it?
We didn't get an actual bid for just the paint.
You got a bid for the whole. Wait, Dale. Wait. Did you get a bid for the whole thing?
I don't remember the paint being in there because he was trying to do one thing at a time because he subcontracted the paint out.
Do you have a copy of the contract?
I do have a copy of the contract for the roof and the screens and the gutters and all of that, yes.
But the paint is absolutely not on there.
It's done, not that I've seen, no.
Okay, well.
And
I wonder if he did some kind of supplemental and actually got paid on it. Is that a possibility?
It could be. I mean, between paint and insurance, between roof, with just the roofing and all of the other exterior issues other than paint, I mean, he's been paid like $43,000.
Yeah, okay. but listen, here's the deal. There's nothing you can do about it if he hasn't billed you, but you will be billed. Come on, if he subbed it out. I need to get John Fuller on. We're out of time. I got to take a break. I hope he can hang on. I have a question for him coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Few pockets of slowing around town, but not bad. Northbound I-25 has some bunching in between 225 and Hamden and a little backed up passing 6th Avenue. Southbound side of I-25 wide open from the north end of the town all the way into the DTC. That flyover northbound 225 onto westbound I-70 is running heavy and slow in there. And up into the high country, they're doing those 20-minute traffic holds at the Twin Tunnels there near Idaho Springs, doing that major rock skilling project. Highway's moving now, but they're going to be doing those intermittent holds throughout the day. Denver weather for the rest of today. Sunny skies, high up to 82 degrees. We're at 77 now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Get your extreme clean with Fix-It 24/7. They look to extend the life and efficiency of your furnace with their extreme clean and check. I've had it done, and I can't believe how thorough they are. Dirt and Grime's the #1 killer. Go to this website. You'll be happy you did. It's for new customers, only $39. FixMyHome.com. Click Book Now. FixMyHome.com. Made in the Shade can make your journey through window coverings a one-stop shop easy. Whether you want to upgrade the house you're in or you're getting a new place or a second place, Made in the Shade will have you made in the shade with blinds or shades or curtains, soft goods, hard goods, high-tech, low-tech, in-between tech, cell phone controlled, solar powered, battery powered. Here's the deal. They'll come, do a free estimate and all your measurements. And then they try to meet your budget. If you decide to go through, they do all the installation. Don't ever try to do this alone. DenverShades.co. That's Made in the Shade. DenverShades.co. And that's Made in the Shade. 720-458-6566. Okay, the Art of Granite wants to give you a price on the phone right now for your countertops. Whether you want natural stone or man-made materials, they do it all. Wholesale on all materials. Tear out and haul away is free. And if you can get a piece big enough in their remnant yard to do the job, you get that free. Why don't you call them? Get your price right now. We love Mitch and his team. TheArtOfGranite.com. 303-386-5919. 386-5919.
Thank you.
How much time am I going to come back?
Hitting you at 27, out at 40. So like a minute 15.
I'm getting like a really bad
All right.
Minute 15.
Reception quality. I don't know if you have me on a Bluetooth or a speakerphone or something, but I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding you.
I'm really proud of the way I dressed up for you, too. It's really been a great
Weird. Okay. Are you in a bad place in your house that has bad cell coverage? Huh. All right. So if I understand it correctly,
seen it?
Bob
Look at this.
came out to your house because he was doing a favor to look at your landscaping. And now you are calling in for a follow-up on that landscaping. When was the last time you called into the show?
And I have all kinds of views I can do here. I love it.
Oh, this was from your neighbor's build, right? Okay. All right. And what was your first name?
Yep.
Hey, Mark.
Oh.
Mark. All right.
Brian,
Oh,
wants to ask you something.
Mark.
It's all right.
No, I don't need any more insurance.
I want to know, why are you so sure that you could sue the parents for that bike?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean,
'Cause
maybe
the
I
kids-
misunderstood. Did the kid let him have it? It was permissive? Like, hey,
No,
you can...
no. The kid, no. Their kid stole the bike.
Okay, got it.
They stole it. It'd be like if your 15-year-old kid
Yeah. No,
stole
I agree with
something
you.
from my house and ruined it.
Nope, I gotcha. What if my kid stole your tractor?
I would talk about it on air for the rest of my life. That's pretty good.
Oh my God.
We're done with Dale, by the way.
I need to take.
What did we ever hear
Kelly
about the
doesn't
$8
care.
million deal?
No, I need to take
The
more.
$8 million HOA law. Oh, you're doing it.
Also, you don't care.
I found a name and phone number for one of the board members.
Oh, that's curious on these Coldplay tickets.
That's who I was going to ask about.
By state law, they have to share.
Well, and the property managers do that all the time. I mean, they would be the ones to share.
You
it.
looking to turn and burn some Coldplay?
I sell a lot of Allegiant tickets, man. I'm gonna buy definitely 8 luge. I'm shocked at how low the cost is on the suites at Allegiant.
So they're entitled to everything.
Where's Allegiant?
But I wouldn't call that the financials.
No.
Home of the Raiders.
She also keeps
The problem is I don't want to have to try to sell 28 tickets. That's where the issue comes.
28 tickets for what?
Coldplay.
Why
I'm
would you
gonna
have to
stick-
sell? Why do you have to
I'm
sell?
going to stick to what I know. I sell tickets all the time, dude.
Why?
What do you mean? What?
Well,
What is
I'm going to give you one guess why I would sell tickets.
Okay. Say it.
I don't
Single word
know.
answer.
To make money.
Starts with an
Well,
L.
okay. I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't know
Yeah.
you sell tickets. I
Yeah,
never knew you did that.
Premium
How
shit
is
only.
there any undiscovered territory between you two?
I've got $3,000. Well, I'm not going to get into it right now, but yeah.
Yeah. If you find somebody's teeth.
My George Strait and
Here we go.
Talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, so I want to talk to John Fuller very quickly. John, this is not about personal injury, but it's about liability. You deal with it all the time. I just want to lay out this scenario. If a kid, 15-year-old kid, steals my kid's electric dirt bike or his dirt bike, whatever, and he does damage to it, the police retrieved it. The kid is charged. He's 15. Can I hold the parents responsible for the damages to the bike?
Probably not in a legal sense, but the kid is going to be responsible for restitution, which is going to have to be paid through the courts. Or you can probably file that against your insurance, but I don't know if the parents are going to be legally responsible for paying you off for that damage.
All right, we got more coming up. I'd love to get some more thoughts on that coming up. I'm Tom Martino.
No, because we need him for the
Do you
car
disagree with him?
I disagree wholeheartedly. Can you bring John up?
Yeah, let's do it during the show, Mark.
No, I'm saying, can you bring them up in the conversation?
Oh, hang on here.
You mean right now?
Yeah, with us.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah, but I'd rather have it on the air. Okay.
Okay. Well,
I mean, you can talk to him, but let's make sure our audience, our bigger audience, hears it too.
John.
Do you have an audience that's bigger?
Yes.
Well, I wish you'd quit hiding them, Tom.
You know, he told me something last night. We were talking for a while, Tom.
What's that?
About this new hurricane that's going to be hitting tomorrow.
Oh, it's big.
What's crazy is the pathway. They already had to empty out all these homes because they got hit by that past one just a week ago or whatever, and all the furniture, TVs, everything that gets gutted from a house with water damage, and there's a ton of them. All of that stuff is outside.
Oh, God.
And when this new one comes through, it's going to throw them around like ping pong balls.
Unbelievable.
You won't see any weathermen standing out in those streets.
But, John, you're okay? Where is he
I'm
at?
here in Denver. I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's here.
So none of you is moist.
I watched that guy you told me about, too, man. He's
Hey,
pretty good.
Don't talk like that. Oh, yeah, he is. He just dropped a new one about 10 minutes ago. I haven't had a chance to
I'll have to
look
check
at
it out.
That should be
What did he drop?
This one should be the last deal. Oh, there's a website called Tropical Tidbits, which is a PhD meteorologist guy that really is it's a collection of every resource that there is on one website, and this guy puts out daily kind of summaries when there's a storm inbound, and he's really, really good, and it's free, and it's just a great resource. So when it's fixing to come down your backyard, I pay attention to this guy.
What's the last word you heard on this one? Is it worse? Has it gotten any better? Same bullshit?
It dropped to Cat 4 overnight, Cat 4 as opposed to Cat 5. They're still basically thinking it's going to come ashore as a Cat 3, but that's still really bad to take a direct hit on. So, but it could be worse. I haven't seen today's video. It came up just before you guys called, but it looks like to me it might be drifting a little bit south, maybe. But then that puts that still puts Tampa Bay directly in the path, and you've got all the water based on the spin. As the hurricane approaches, it's just going to load up Tampa Bay with water. So it's not going to be good. And then as it goes by, if it's a little bit south of where it is, then we get all of the wind out of the north loading up the intercoastal waterway. So that means we're going to especially flood in Clearwater. It's just going to be piling up on us. So it's going to be bad no matter what.
It looks devastating, man. Devastating.
It could be.
I think Orlando, up kind of where my parents are, they're actually under a warning, which is unbelievable, man. They're in Leesburg. It's like the middle.
Well, they're going to still get really heavy winds, probably 60 with 80-mile-an-hour gusts, and a whole lot of water. And, so there's still a wind, risk of stuff flying around. I mean, my mom lives in Orlando and some other relatives and stuff. And so, I mean, they just don't go out. I mean, there's not a lot of prep and stuff other than to secure things that can fly. But it won't be flooding or storm surge or anything like that all the way inland.
It'll be the wind that, if something happens, it'll be the wind ripping the roof off or something like that.
Exactly. Wind and just a whole bunch of rain. So,
Oof.
And when we say a whole bunch of rain, we mean like 20 inches of rain in a day.
It's been raining at my folks' house for 2 days straight already.
Yep, so everything is completely saturated, which is why the wind is bad, because then trees can be blown out pretty easily because they're just completely saturated.
What you were saying about
the perfect storm.
What you were saying about that area there, though, that Tampa, that Clearwater, it's amazing thinking of all that stuff that could be flying around tomorrow.
I know, it is crazy. I just wish there were some resource where you could watch it on video, without actually being there. But you're talking residential areas where there's just not a lot of, street cams or anything. And the internet normally goes down pretty quick as you get into a storm like this. So,
yeah.
unfortunately, we may get some visuals of it in a day or two, but we're not going to be able to watch it real time.
I remember you showed me video years ago of your old house in Florida. You logged into Arlo or whatever kind of cams you had, and that was pretty wild, man. You could see how bad the wind and everything was.
Yeah. As long as the internet stays up, all those Ring cameras are pretty good. I mean, they have amazing, quality of pictures and stuff, but, you're only as good as the internet connection. As soon as a tree knocks out a cable or something, or knocks over a power pole, you're done,
Yeah.
In the Keys with Irma, we didn't have power for like almost 2 weeks,
Oh, man.
So think about that. No AC, no fridge, no freezer, no nothing. No charging your cell phone, no nothing.
You guys didn't stay
really
during that, though, did you? I don't mean during the hurricane.
Oh,
but...
I went down immediately. I was there. I mean, you have to go, Mark. You can't just leave your stuff out. Think of your fridge and freezer room temperature rotting.
Ugh.
And, you have to go down. Your stuff is soaking wet in your house in many cases. You have to get down there and mitigate your damages, or else the whole house is going to end up being a loss, you know?
Someone on YouTube saying there's another one now, Oscar. Is that true?
I haven't seen that one, but I did hear rumors of there being another one out there somewhere that's following the same path, but nobody's really talking about it yet. And it wouldn't be named yet. Maybe it's going to be Oscar, but I haven't heard about another named storm. I mean, you kind of know what they're going to be named, but there's not another named storm that I'm aware of yet.
And you were saying 100 years. Some of these news stories are calling this one a 500 year. That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe. And that just really reflects the percentage of chance that you have one from year to year,
Yeah.
So a 100-year storm is just a storm that has a 1% chance of repeating. You could have one next week. It's
like a roulette wheel. I mean, it might be 1 out of 35, exactly right. But it can hit 35 5 times in a row.
It sure can. And that's what it's doing right now. We're having 2 100-year storms about a week apart.
Yep.
So it does happen. It has happened, but it's not something you really want to go through. So.
All right, we're getting ready to go back up.
Yeah, we got 20 seconds,
cool.
guys.
Right on.
On our website, dollar. That's dollar. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. God, what a busy day today on the Troubleshooter Show. Multiple calls and help and information. We're helping. We have the Insurance Help Center with us. I want to go right to John Fuller because we have a thing that came up we were all curious of. And John, the legal mind, of a personal injury attorney who's always looking for damages and responsibility and liabilities. This is not necessarily personal injury, but it has to do with liability. And, John and I have these conversations a lot about people and liability for their kids and people who live with them. In fact, we had one the other day about something I'm doing with my daughter, and also people want to know about their minor kids. So, John, what I thought was that, and Mark thought as well, that
I'll go beyond that.
But just let me explain the situation, and then you can, because Mark thought that the parents would be responsible for minor children, and Mark, explain the case.
Well, the case that we're talking about now is a kid willfully steals another kid's dirt bike. When he has it, he causes damage to it, and basically the parents see the kid driving it around. They get with the police go over there, they convince and prove to the police it was a stolen bike and it's theirs. The police give them back the bike, but it's got some damage on it. And my contention is quite simple. They can take those parents, because it's a 15-year-old, I believe, to small claims court or to court, or if the cops actually arrest them, with restitution. But the bottom line is, because it's a minor child, those parents are going to be responsible for the bills. And I'll give another analogy. You know, your 15-year-old goes over and spray paints your neighbor's house or toilet papers it or does something that leaves real damage to the paint or something. You are going to be liable as the parents of that minor, no matter what, at least in Colorado.
Okay, John Fuller, what are your thoughts on that? Well, Mark, what do you say, at least in Colorado? What are you basing that on? Are you looking at a law?
No, I'm basing it on a neighbor whose kid did something and got in trouble, and the parents ended up paying, and they didn't want to pay. And it went to court, and they ended up paying.
Oh, wait, you actually know of a case?
Yes, in our old cul-de-sac. Yes, I do.
Okay. John?
Hey, you know, Mark's probably filed more lawsuits than I have over the years. So, listen, I don't know. I can tell you that, you know, we're not generally liable for the acts of another person unless we have some responsible relationship over them. And maybe a parent is enough to make me legally responsible. I don't know. I could look that up. But I do know that the kid, if he was charged with taking the motorcycle, that as a crime victim, you're entitled to restitution through the criminal courts. And it doesn't matter if he's a juvenile or an adult, the courts are still going to impose a restitution order.
Right. So it becomes a moot point anyway.
So
I bet Lazara's dealt with this, Tom.
Hey, probably has. You know, that would be but I've dealt with enough criminal cases to know as well that restitution order, whether the parents pay it or the kid pays it, it's still going to have to be paid before that kid ever gets off of probation or whatever.
Let me put this another way, John. What if while he's on this stolen electric bike, he hits someone and they come to you with $500,000 in pain and suffering and medical bills and all that? You damn sure well would go after the parents.
I sure would. And I would do it under some theory against their homeowner's policy or perhaps their auto policy, but it wouldn't be their personal responsibility. It would still, and Tom, I could be wrong on this. I haven't done this in forever, but it would be a theory of either, if it was against the parents, it would be some sort of negligent entrustment. I mean, you can't make the parents liable for something unless they're actually negligent of doing something. Maybe there's some contract deal that makes them just absolutely, liable. I'm not familiar with.
Okay, I'm looking it up here, and it says this: criminal responsibility. Parents are not generally criminal liable unless they contribute to it, as we've seen in the school shootings. Okay, civil liability, parental responsibility law. It's what it's called. And they can be held for civil liability for any kids under 18 that result or injury that result in injury or damage, property damage. This is typically limited to a certain amount of financial damages, which is capped under state law at $3,500. Capped at $3,500.
Is that a Colorado citation, Tom, or is that some AI?
Colorado's, it's my girlfriend, AI. And it says Colorado's parental responsibility law. Again, John, you're well to point that out because my girlfriend has been irresponsible at times.
Wrong.
This is typically limited to, I never heard of that $3,500 limit, but
that just seems silly.
Yeah.
That just doesn't seem based in anything that makes sense. And again, I'm not the expert on that. I don't really handle a lot of, juvenile cases, but if I had one, I'd sure bone up on it and be able to go to town. But again, my challenge all the time, Tom, on civil cases is getting coverage, because nobody has $500,000 laying around. We're looking for insurance coverage that's going to provide a source of revenue to help my clients recover for their damages. And so that's always a challenge. And that is a little bit different of an analysis than just simply whether or not the parents are on the hook.
I did look up the CRS though. Now I did look up the CRS. This is the actual CRS is 1321-107, and it does say that any person entitled to recover damages in the amount that exceed $3,500 in a court of competent jurisdiction from the parents of a minor under 18 years old living with such parents who knowingly cause blah 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 is used. The recovery shall be actual damages and not to exceed $3,500. I don't get it. So this 3,000 Mark 3,500 it says is the limit to civil damages for a minor.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is, but on that same kind of thread, John, if a 15-year-old took their parents' car for a joyride and ended up hurting somebody, the parents' insurance would cover whatever if they had insurance, correct?
Well, I don't know, Brian. Brian should weigh in on this.
It's got to be permissive use. So, yeah, I mean, I've had this conversation, and sorry, John, you're the expert on this, but I have had conversations with clients that are sitting there saying, no, I did not give my kid permission to take my car. And I said, for insurance purposes, you sure better hope you did, because that's permissive use.
Oh. So if you gave permission, even if they're unlicensed, they're covered?
Yeah. Yeah, but who would give their 15-year-old permission to go drive in the
Well,
middle of
what
the
Brian is saying is for use, for coverage, maybe you'll never be insured again, but if you want this covered, you better have given permission.
So here's an interesting thing, Tom. If you look at that statute, the first section of it deals with a kid who maliciously or willfully damages or destroys property. That's intentional.
Yeah, or steals it.
That's not negligence. Okay, that's intentionally. So maybe with the motorcycle, you can recover. But now to the causing of an accident, that's very likely not to be considered an intentional act. Rather, it's more likely to be considered a negligent act.
Okay.
And the next section deals with knowingly causing bodily injury, and I think we'd have to really get into the court, definition of knowingly, because it kind of impliedly still comes down on the side of an intentional act, which is by definition not negligence and not covered by any policy that your esteemed guest Brian over there writes. So that gets back to the whole permissive use thing. If he's a permissive user, which you might say, why in the hell would we ever do that and give our kid permission? But, maybe that's not a terrible thing, because you want to have that insurance coverage.
Right.
If they get in an accident and it's considered negligence, you want that kid to be covered so that it's not coming out of your own personal resources.
Now, while you're on, John, listen to James. James, I'm not sure if this involves personal injury. Does your car accident involve personal injury, James?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, maybe. Okay, go ahead. What is it?
Well, it's a pretty simple case. I was driving out of my parking lot, and a guy backs up in front of me and hits the right front of my car and the side of the car. My insurance company, I called my insurance company. He called his insurance company. He admitted claim to me. He admitted liability for the accident because he didn't look moving back.
Yeah.
And I called. I didn't just.
Were you both moving at the time?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
It's going to be 50-50.
But let me explain something to you. And this is something I need to explain because it happens all the time, Brian. Brian Burns is with us with Compass Insurance Group. People say he admitted liability. Once you talk to your insurance company, he rescinds that. I'll guarantee you his insurance will say he didn't admit responsibility, right?
Oh, man. The story that happens at the scene of the accident changes so frequently after the accident.
He didn't create a contract or liability by saying that to you.
Right.
James.
Nor does he know the actual law.
So here's what I'm getting at. It doesn't matter what he told you at the scene. Okay? It's what can be proven. So tell me where it stands right now.
Well, they want me to give them a verbal statement, and I was reluctant to do that without some kind of advice.
Well, what do you mean? What kind of statement?
Telephonic, the lady.
Yeah,
called
here's what
and
they're
said,
going to try to
"I
do.
want you."
And I think we let John go, didn't we? And if we didn't, okay. Here's what is going to happen. They're going to try to trick you into either comparative negligence, meaning they're going to ask you questions like, could you have prevented it? Had you seen it sooner? Or they're going to ask questions in such a way that they're going to turn down the claim, or they're going to do, as Mark mentioned, 50-50 or 60-40 or whatever. It's, you don't have to talk to them. You understand that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, tell me, what would require you to talk to the other insurance? What would require it?
Well, he just wants to get paid.
Do you have a contract? Do you have a contract with them?
No.
Yeah, you're not required to talk to them at all. He's required to talk to them. They're not required. You're not required to talk to them at all. They can look at it. Did you have a police report or not? Because it's private, they wouldn't do it.
No.
Okay. Now, here's the deal. You can sue him for the damage directly. If he's admitting fault, then it won't matter. You'll get a judgment. And then he'll just have to get his insurance to pay. Brian, chime in on this if you want, but I don't see why he has to talk to them.
Well, no, other than to Mark's point, he's trying to get paid. If he doesn't talk to him, they're not going to pay him.
But hold on. Well, guess what? They may not pay him, but why wouldn't they?
Well, because are we still saying that this driver is admitting fault? I understand he said he did it at the scene. Is that his story still?
I haven't talked to him.
I will put money down that his story has changed.
Now, I went to my insurance company, and they totaled my car. They first of all, they said I can either go with his insurance company, just deal with them, or I can deal with my insurance company and use my deductible or whatever.
Yep.
They totaled my car after they visually assessed it.
Okay.
And
so what's the point? What is the point? What do you need from us right now? What kind of help?
You need to take a break.
Well, one thing is understanding how the totaling process works.
Okay, that's a whole different topic. Hold on, we'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. As the leader in identity theft protection, LifeLock reminds you to update your passwords. Using the same password across multiple accounts makes you vulnerable to cyber criminals. Updating your passwords is only one way to help protect yourself. For comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise. Start protecting your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
It's open enrollment. You need help if you're looking for health insurance, and Integra Insurance will get you that help free of charge. You don't pay more going through a broker, a licensed broker like Integra. In fact, they make health insurance simple and smart so you'll save money. Whether you're getting a supplement, Medicare Advantage, or you're getting a main health insurance policy where you need tax credits or subsidies, whatever it is, on or off the exchange, they can help you at IntegraInsurance.com. 303-466-5500. 888heating.com wants to make your winter warmer with no breakdowns, with a guarantee. If you get their $45 deep clean, that's 888heating.com to book it. 888heating.com. And of course, if you ever need repairs or service, they're great people. 888heating.com. Discount Bath. I love the name because it says it all. You get a bath at a discount. Yes, they do great discount pricing because they buy right and they want to pass it on to their consumers. You can see for yourself. Go to discountbath.com. Then fill out some information. They send you a video link, and then you can upload anything you want, like the area you want that bathroom improved, the basement area where it's roughed in, the master bath you want improved, whatever. They send you back a price. That's right, without even visiting you. And of course, you can always visit them if you want or talk to them. They're happy to do that at discountbath.com. That's where you start, 720-979-2322. How much time, sir?
You got
3.
Thanks.
You might not have internet or cell phone or anything for a while.
Who's that, Mark?
Yeah, I would. I'd be shocked if you
His
did,
mom.
honestly.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Damn.
she lived in Florida?
Yeah, they might have trouble.
It's going to be hot as a son of a bitch. You guys don't have power. There's I already looked up there. There's a place with generators and stuff right in Leesburg, though. No. I'm not talking about going and buying one. There's a place, a shelter they set up in case of no power that has electricity and running water and stuff. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's crazy. What time's it supposed to come ashore? When does it kind of pass you guys? Wow. Is it still raining there? There's no way that pond in your backyard would come up to the house, right? That'd be a lot. Yeah, that'd be a fucking lot. So. Yeah, they said like a 500-year, not even 100-year. They're calling it a 500-year storm now. So. All right, I got to get back. Bye. Yeah, we will. Bye. He's going to have to pull his old shortwave radio out.
There you go.
It's so fucked up. Even Orlando has a warning out. It's crazy. How much do you think insurance is going to be in fucking Florida next year?
Yeah, can you imagine?
I bet they pull the fuck out. I mean, if you really look at this thing, it's going to take 3/4 of the state, man.
Well, they already have. I mean, the insurance there is
it's
absolutely
outrageous.
ridiculous, and a lot of companies don't even write it.
What insurance is that?
And then people
in
don't
Florida.
realize about flood insurance. I learned a lot about it looking around. It's
can't
$250,000, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying in those kind of areas it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's $250,000. You can have a $2 million house, and the most they will cover is $250,000 as far as flooding.
Colorado, it is. Yeah, that's right. And then businesses is up to 500, a commercial risk.
Yeah, it's really nuts, man. I mean, there's plenty of homes that are, $5-6 million in areas of the Keys and, of course, Tampa and all these places.
Now,
And
there
the most
are
insurance they have is $250,000.
That's
for
through
the
FEMA.
water.
That's through FEMA. You can have private
that's right.
insurers that you
State
can go
local
higher.
fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So we have a question on a car accident. But, James, here's the deal. Now you're facing a whole different dilemma. You want to know how the totaling process works. Okay, here's how it works. When they feel like it's cheaper for them to fix your car, they're going to fix it, or to total it, they're going to total it. They just do it. Okay? And all they have to do, you don't have a choice. They just have to put you in a better position or the same position you were in before the accident. So normally what happens is, and I know what's happening here, you don't agree with what they're valuing your car at. Is that true? Is that true? That's what it is, right?
I don't know yet. But
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Let's.
They're
do
not going to give you what you think it's worth. They never do. Never.
No,
Never.
but they will give you, if you follow our advice, they will give you what it is worth.
Okay, so Mark, continue.
I'm listening.
Continue, Mark.
Well, it's simple as that. We have a company called Petty Details on our referral list. So go to referrallist.com, start typing in Petty. He will give you an honest number of what that vehicle's worth, and they will give you that much. If they won't give you that much, you can hire Petty Details or other companies to actually invoke something in your policy that basically creates an arbitration, and they're going to come up with that number, and he'll do all the legwork behind the scenes to get that done.
Well, hold on. You can only invoke the appraisal process.
Clause.
You can only invoke that with your own company, not with the other party. So
Yeah, okay, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely
So if it's the other party, you would have to sue that other party directly, not their insurance.
That's true. Well, let me ask you this. Do you have full coverage on the vehicle?
Yes.
Well, then you could go through your own company and not even worry about this.
No, just a second. When you say full coverage, I have $1,000 deductible.
Well, you could still go through your own and then sue them for the $1,000 deductible.
Right.
Or your own insurance company will subrogate, or not subrogate, but they'll go after the other insurance company for your $1,000 back.
Yeah, subrogate's the right term for that. And the first dollar they get back goes to your deductible, just so you know. That's how it works.
Yeah, so they will. They'll subrogate for that money and then ultimately make you whole. That's why you want, if the other company is not paying you what the vehicle's worth, but you got to figure out truly what it's worth, then go through your own company, and then you can go into that appraisal clause I brought up at the beginning.
Brian, if he goes through his own company, can he go directly after that other guy and sue for the $1,000 deductible, or does he have to wait for his company to subrogate?
Well, no, I believe, and that would be a John Fuller question more than me, but I believe he can sue them directly. But if they're going to subrogate, then he'll get that money back. In other words, like I said, first dollar back he'll get. But based off of the conversation or the story behind it, I don't see him getting anything back for subrogation. I see this being a 50-50. His insurance will pay his and the other guy will pay his. Because it's on private property, unless the guy continues to say he's at fault. But if I heard that correctly, both were moving, so the insurance companies will just throw up their hands and say this is 50-50.
James, is the guy still claiming fault?
I don't know.
But even if he is claiming still fault, I'm just arguing that doesn't even really matter. That guy might think he's at fault, but that doesn't mean he is at fault.
Right.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. James, I hope we gave you enough information. 303-713-8255. Joe.
Petty Details.
Yeah. Joe.
Hello.
What is going on? You called last week. Let me bring up your call. And wasn't it about landscaping or something? Yeah, it was. You bought your home in Loveland. People built a home on the lot next to you, and you started having water problems. They built a retaining wall between the properties. Now your property is flooding. And what happened?
Well, so yeah, that was the issue. And then Bob from LEM Landscaping came up.
That's right. He was gonna look at it to see what the issue was, because I said if they change the drainage, they could be responsible to you. Go ahead. What happened?
Correct. So Bob came up and looked everything over and is in agreement of everything we have said. And he's basically saying the house itself is the issue, but he did go through all of the landscaping. And is Bob on the phone?
No, wait. Were we supposed to get him? I'm sorry. Now, what did you can tell us what he said? Did he say it could be fixed, the drainage?
Yeah, he said he could fix it, but do not. The people next door offered to put a French drain in. He says a French drain is not going to fix the issue. It's more complicated than that.
What did
and
he
you have
say
to-
it would include? Do you remember? He's probably listening, and I'm sorry we didn't get him on while you were waiting. But what did he basically say, from what you can remember, that he needed to do?
Basically, it's going to be totally regrading our whole lot on the side, bringing in dirt, doing a swell in their backyard, which is supposed to be there anyways. It's going to be a lot of work because.
Did he give you a price?
He did not give me a price, but he said he would work with me no matter what on this issue.
Okay. And so he didn't give you any idea. Do you know if they'll help pay?
Well, that's what he's saying, and we're saying it should be the neighbor's responsibility. The engineer who signed off on it all, they should be compensating us for all the damage we've incurred.
Well, yeah, that's nice. However, he's not an attorney, and we don't know about that yet. But we do know that it wasn't like that before they built. What were you going to say, Mark? Sorry.
Did they pull a permit? Was the county involved?
The city of Loveland, yes.
Oh, you're going to have a hell of a time. If this was signed off by people, how would they possibly go after the neighbor or go after the engineer when the city actually signed off on it?
Substance over form.
Yeah, it's been a long drawn out. We've been dealing with this for over a year now, and the city is taking no responsibility, even though they did. We have talked to the engineer company, and they are going to come out on Thursday and shoot elevations all over our property and the other property, and they're offering the fix. So we are getting somewhere.
Instead of their fix, just tell them you want your fix.
Exactly. We have to file a suit too because we're already in, a lot of attorney fees already, which our attorney hasn't done a whole lot.
Wait. How much are you into fees right now?
$9,000 in attorney fees.
And how much do you think the fix would be?
Bob didn't tell her.
He didn't say, but
well, I think Bob would have. Listen. I like Bob, but it sounds like an engineer has to get out there and get this thing handled.
Yeah, they're coming out. They're coming back out. But here's the deal. I mean, we have to file a suit now, which we've contacted our attorney.
Wait a second. If the engineer company that is coming out and they want to fix it, and long as everybody signs off on it, why wouldn't you just do that?
Yeah. Why do you need a lawsuit?
Because we can't recoup our attorney fees without a suit.
No, hold on.
You might
do you
have
understand?
more.
Wait a minute. Do you understand that to try to go after attorney's fees will incur new attorney's fees, right?
Correct.
So what makes you think you're going to get attorney's fees? This is not a statute that pays attorney's fees.
I think you're getting bad
Break when you can, buddy.
attorney.
I think you're getting bad advice, too. That's my opinion. Joe, what makes you think you'll get attorney's fees?
I'm not saying we're getting attorney fees, but it would be nice to get attorney fees.
Yeah, but you're going to spend another $9,000 to $10,000 to find. Hold on. You're going to spend another $9,000 to $10,000 to see if you do get them.
First of all, I would argue with that. I mean, that they're going to have to depose all these original engineers. This thing could be 40, 50,000.
Yeah, Joe. I would forget, first of all, I think you prematurely spent attorney's fees and they overcharged you. So I don't think you're going to get attorney's fees. That's my humble opinion. I think you ought to try to get them to fix it or to pay for the fix. And you ought to get an engineer to back up what Bob is saying. Maybe he knows of some. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming right up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Norton 360.
Got the right lanes blocked up here. Westbound I-70 approaching Federal with construction crews and a fire engine, and it's got traffic really hung up. If you're westbound I-70, we are jammed solid from Vasquez up to that scene there in between Pecos and Federal. Make sure you're working yourself to the left side of the highway. You're going to get around this problem a lot quicker. Other than that, we're looking good across the rest of the other highways. There is that crash cleaning up northbound Parker at Hamden. They are jammed solid back past Quincy and there. As we take a look at your weather forecast for today, mostly sunny skies, looking at a high up near 82. Slowly getting there at 79 degrees now. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Boost your password security with Norton 360. Weak passwords can be targets. That's why Password Manager is included in Norton 360 to help keep you safe. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off at norton.com/secure.
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies can help you tremendously when you are facing retirement. I should amend that. Everyone is facing retirement. It's just a matter of time. So if you're 30, it's easier than if you're 40 or 50 or 60 or 70. But you know what? They help in all stages of life. To build a nest egg, protect it, turn it into income. And they also help with other things like estate planning. They can have references for that and long-term care and whatever you need. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies is happy to talk to you. Call them and ask them as many questions as you want. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211. Fix It 24/7 has the Extreme Clean for $39. That's for new customers. Extreme Clean. They spend 2 hours or more and get your furnace cleaned and more efficient, and it lasts longer, and it adds efficiency. FixMyHome.com. Book now. FixMyHome.com. Book now. And Genesis Total Exteriors wants to find mold and get rid of it for you the honest way without scaring the hell out of you. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, now, God, I got great news about that.
I'm deciding what
now I got a lot of work ahead of me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got good people, though, really good people. You know, it all started out with them investing my money.
Yeah.
You play with Doc?
I've played with Doc. We played for maybe
There was a
4 or
learning
5
curve.
hours together one time up in the hill.
But
I think I made
the actual experimenting with
I might have made $500,000 bucks.
Exactly what
I think he did all right too. I think he made $300-400 bucks.
I lost, and gained and lost and gained before we got a good system. So the gains to losses now are about 8-2. That's awesome. Yeah. It is. It is. If we can keep that, that's going to be wonderful.
I cannot wait till Friday.
You're doing, Mark, is he going to be there?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's there, man.
Hot damn.
Be pretty cool. We saw Vance already.
You did? Where'd you see him?
The Biltmore.
I didn't
Arizona.
know that.
Yep.
Huh.
Cool rally, man. I'll text you a picture. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, actually.
I'm going to a Kamala rally.
Let me tell you, I'm shocked you haven't been to one yet.
Oh, stop. You better stop putting those rumors out there.
Oh, there's no rumors.
Yeah,
You
there
have
are.
become extremely liberal.
Oh, shit. He says, I'm extremely liberal. Yeah, sure.
Kelly thinks you can hear her.
Hey, Tom,
Yeah.
are you done with Joe?
Okay. Joe.
Bob is not available, which is why he's not on.
Yeah, I'm done with her. I got to call my daughter. I just missed a call.
All right, bam, look at those texts.
What's going on, honey? Yeah.
No, you have to have a ticket to get to the rally?
Yeah, but you just
Yeah, I'm working on
they're just
something that
digital
could work. I called the base.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I'm trying to get an expedited one, but they said that.
Yeah, we're gonna spend the night there though.
They said an expired passport if you had your birth certificate.
Case is
and you
worth.
had
Search Attorney John Fuller.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
I gotta go. I'll talk to you. Bye. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Wow, busy day. Keith, what's going on with you, Keith?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you in the past for saving me a lot of money and helping me get out of timeshare.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you
cool.
again. Yeah, saved me a great deal. Now, I'm 75 years old. I don't have a computer. I'm still trying to learn how to use a smartphone. So that's kind of my background. I rented a car. I'm not positive about the dates, to visit my brother in Florida in March. They tacked on what they call a thrifty toll. I told them I didn't want that.
What is
They
that?
said
What
they'd
what
take
is
off.
it? What is it?
What it is they tack 1188 on, and then what that does is gives you a discount to go through all the toll roads.
Oh, I get it.
In other words, you pay up front.
I get it.
And there's
And
a
it also
lot
is a
of them down there, boy.
Where are you, by the way? Where are
Yeah,
you
and
going?
that-
Is this Florida?
Yeah, I'm not there. I was down there in March to see my brother, and then the car broke down after the second day, and then it took me 2 days to get a new car, and then they charged me double, and they wouldn't, and so I couldn't get that off my card through Thrifty.
What were
And
you
here
trying to get
again,
off your
now,
card?
Just one day. There was 2 days. I rented the car for a week, and there's 2 days I couldn't use it, and then they charged me extra for a new car that worked. So I gave up on trying to get that off. That was a year ago. But now I see on my Discovery card, by accident, Thrifty Toll is charging me a reoccurring charge of $11.88. And when I try to call their customer service or try to get a hold of them, they put me in a phone maze, and I wind up going back to the first number. I went 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 5, 6.
Keith,
I went through
Keith,
7 phone mazes to
Keith,
get right back.
Keith, I can identify with that frustration. I can. One time I had to actually literally nix my card. I did. Recurring charges are almost impossible to get rid of. Your credit card company will not get rid of them. They will not do it. Unless you instituted the charge on your online portal, which you don't have, they won't get rid of it. They won't get rid of it. So I'm gonna make you look at. I know you'd like to hear something different, but I'm gonna tell you the truth instead of just trying to make you happy. The truth is you
That's
have
all
to
right. I can take it.
you have to cancel the credit card.
I did an hour ago.
Okay, good. Get a new card and forget it.
Oh, you should also
Yeah.
tell that bank you want. It sounds like they've charged you about $120 over a year, right?
Yeah.
You should be able to get at least 3 or 4 months of that back.
Or you can sue Thrifty
Yeah,
Car.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, at my age, it's almost not worth the hassle. That's why I got rid of the timeshare. Now, when I called Discover,
Yeah, you are pretty damn old.
You know, you took the words out of my mouth.
He's
my
an old
goodness.
fart, man. I can't
Imagine
believe
being close to that.
believe that a 75-year-old actually could find my number and call me. Hey,
Bensonhurst 447, please.
Keith, you're old enough to be my friend, bro. We're 4 years apart, so stop it.
Hey, don't lie. 3 years.
Wait, I'm 71.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
No, you're 72.
I'm 71, Mark.
72.
I just turned 71, so thank you. But anyway, what is your what year were you born?
June 1950.
Yeah, and I was born in 53. So listen, you're doing the right thing. You're on the right track, by the way, with your credit card. You are. But Keith, get a computer.
Discover said that. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Discover said what? Discover said what?
They said, even if they said they're sorry to lose my business, they gave me 2%. I would get 2% back on all my purchases if I didn't cancel my card. They'd lower my interest rate, which I don't wear.
Hold on. Did you tell them? Hold on. Did you tell them you would keep the account if they would stop that charge? No, they won't.
Said they couldn't because
Right.
ongoing things.
Take a break when you can.
You're right.
That they could block it.
You're right. And even
I
and
hate
by
to
the
drop
way, just so you know, even if you get some kind of new card with them, they can go after your new card. So don't do it. We got to take this break. We got more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Got the right lanes blocked up here. Westbound I-70 approaching Federal with construction crews and a fire engine, and it's got traffic really hung up. If you're westbound I-70, we are jammed solid from Vasquez up to that scene there in between Pecos and Federal. Make sure you're working yourself to the left side of the highway. You're going to get around this problem a lot quicker. Other than that, we're looking good across the rest of the other highways. There is that crash cleaning up northbound Parker at Hamden. They are jammed solid back past Quincy in there. As we take a look at your weather forecast for today, mostly sunny skies, looking at a high up near 82. Slowly getting there. It's 79 degrees now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
All right. Red Rocks Roof and Solar, redrocksrs.com. You're in great hands when it comes to solar with them because they can take care of residential systems, off-grid systems, commercial systems, even systems paid for entirely by the government. If you are in business, they can tell you more about the REAP grant. You can also get, of course, battery backups and all kinds of features. Why don't you call them? That's redrocksrs.com. 303-704-2449. Gravina's, that's a name that you can trust. GravinaWindows.com. Now, I've known Gravina for many, many years. Larry Gravina started this. We started in the business in 72. He started his own company in 88 after working with his dad. His son, Nick, now one of the smartest people we know in the business. He knows it all, and he can take care of it for you. If you need windows, West Evans, that's the Gravina we're talking about. The one at referralist.com on West Evans, 303-472-8462. And unlike other companies with similar names, they don't tout just one brand. They have 50 lines of windows. 303-472-8462, GravinaWindows.com. Hey, you know what? I really love RenewHomeInnovations.com for your beautiful shower conversions. You will get stone walls that require no maintenance. You'll get glass panels, no door needed. It rounds the corner, no threshold to walk or stumble over. You have a wonderful shower for your senior years or your youth. It doesn't matter. And you get it in 2 or 3 days with 72 months to pay with no interest. Incredible. RenewHomeInnovations.com. And that's 303-904-2000.
It is closed now.
Orlando is closed.
You should see the fucking traffic coming out of there.
Oh, it's crazy.
I don't even see how they move.
He basically said every gas station he tried to go to yesterday is out of gas.
Who are you talking to?
One of Ryan's friends actually lives in Tampa.
I have a friend in Tampa, in St. Pete, that they're going to get hit bad. He's right on the water and he won't move.
Yeah, it just like turned back into it. They thought it might make landfall at a Cat 3, but now it just rolled into a Cat 5 again.
Yeah, but see, when it breaks down and it slows down the wind, it gets bigger. So it's not necessarily better hitting it one or the other because the depth of it gets bigger. In case 13, no, he's not 73.
Well, all the schools are closed. Everybody's work is closed.
I just wonder, you know what, Disney, the
So-
problem with Disney is I don't know if they break down theme parks. How much, which one's there, Disneyland or Disney World?
Disney World, and then Epcot, and you've got Universal, you've got the Disney Animal Park thing.
Let's see.
You've got Busch Gardens
Yeah,
in Tampa.
Epcot. Yeah, I knew it. So they don't break it down, and when they report, they bundle everything, so it's fucking next to impossible to tell. Netflix does that with subscribers now. Sneaky bastards.
The employees probably take a day off finally.
It's going to be nuts.
Well, okay, this helps. Listen to this. So you're right. Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Magic Kingdom. So if we look at each of them, that's 50, 100, 140,000 people a day. Just give me average spend on 140,000.
Each ticket is like 100,
100, yeah,
bucks.
at least.
So if we go, yeah, and then throw in a little food. So let's go 140,000 times what? $1.25
At least.
times 125
Maybe even more.
is.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You're on now.
Over that, Mark. Way over that.
What is?
Way over. Yeah.
I would say yes, for sure.
I mean, you're basically you're $18 million without blinking a day. In revenue just closing Disney, let alone the other theme parks down there. Let alone the hotels that are going to be empty. Let alone all that shit. And then she said the airport's closed. That's fucking crazy. That backs up everywhere. Where are you going in Florida, Tom?
When?
Oh, I thought you and Dulce were going to Florida.
No, not Florida. Nope.
Oh, okay.
No. I can tell you off the air.
Yeah, no, I really thought it was Florida. I'm thinking, I don't think that's happening.
Good afternoon.
You'd probably buy a pretty cheap house in Tampa in about a week.
I know. By the way, I just looked it up. Average is $250 a day.
Yeah, go ahead and send me
10 seconds.
Oh, my God.
Anytime with our free iHeartRadio app. While streaming KHOW and the full screen player, just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, so what's going on in your life and how can we help you? My goodness gracious. So we've cleared the calls. We've had a ton of calls. If you need to get through, give us a call. But I do have a ton of questions for Brian. People with condos and townhomes are going nuts. One says they have no insurance for roofing. What do they do? Can they get on a condo their pro rata share of roofing insurance in a policy like a homeowner's policy? Brian, can they do that, sir?
Most of the people that have lost roof coverage or where the HOA has basically just said they're not going to have insurance for the property itself, there's a letter that goes out and it informs them they need to get what's called an HO3 policy. A condo policy is an HO6, which means it is just covering the walls in, basically, is what a condo
But can they
covers.
buy, if you have a condo and the condo place has no roof insurance, will they be covered for their own portion?
Well, it's going to fall again. If it's truly a condo where you have people above and below you, then you can't get an HO3. So in those cases, you can get, here's the problem, and this is horrible advice for you, but the fact of the matter is you have to read your policy. you can get on a HO6 policy, you can get dwelling coverage. Now, usually dwelling coverage is just going to cover the interior of the unit, but there are policies that will extend to what you're responsible for, meaning the exterior, the roof in that case. So there are policies you can get.
Here's the short answer. Call you guys.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
It gets too complicated.
Are you facing a lot of this lately?
Ton. I even have an example of someone that's called today.
Okay, I want to go over that. 303-996-9000 is Compass Insurance. We are 303 Martino, coming back with you right after this.
We need to.
Okay, we're up and running for the stay tuned.
I think it's weird. Now, it's weird that we're on AM radio, that I just heard that ad and I'm saying this, but I think it's fucking crazy for the government to tell Tesla, Ford, Chevy, you have to put an AM radio in your vehicle. I find that fucking crazy. I don't agree with it. I do not agree with that in principle.
I didn't hear the commercial.
No.
Yeah, it's basically saying, tell Congress to keep AM radios in cars. I don't want AM radio to go anywhere, but I don't think the government should be able to tell, hey, you got to put fucking Hulu in your car, motherfucker.
Right.
I know what I want you to do on the next hour, because you got the voice. Say Siri over the air.
Hi.
I
I need you to check on something for me.
No, my
I-25
voice is
closed.
the sports announcer, sports guy.
Yeah.
They do that
Just to bug people.
Oh yeah, I'm sitting there watching a football game and they said it in my phone. The answers it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Bye.
I was shocked at the phone answer.
Mark.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for calling.
Mark.
Yeah.
I'm on hold and I may have to take this call.
It's fine.
So wherever we're doing, you're going to take it. I have it up on video and everything. You're ready.
If you're on the call with government, you're going to be a while.
This is not. It's one of those.
Oh, it's the expedited. Yeah.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
I'm wondering if I don't have priority travel. It's so weird.
Well, we can certainly ask Tom and Mark about it. What's your name?
My
And that's
name
the only
is
form
Fred.
of ID they'll accept.
It's Fred.
H-R-I-S.
Fred. F-R-E-D, Fred.
And you're shipping a tractor.
Yep, shipping a tractor.
Hang on for me, okay?
Sending 3 tractors, actually.
Hurricane is moving that fast.
It's like crossing miles an hour or something.
Is it? That's
I bet line 1 has something to do with the tractor.
I can't see it.
I have a feeling. Sometimes I just get a feeling.
Man, I can't believe that race is that tight.
It's not tight.
You just hope they're jacking with it.
They're not jacking.
I mean,
a lot
I
of.
hope. Yeah.
All you got to do is go back to 2016. Hillary led by 8% to 12% in most polls. Now they're at 1. So common sense should tell you where about everything is. Trump people don't trust polls.
Option of putting my information in, and then, you know what I'm saying?
And this is going to kill him, this hurricane. This is going to kill the whole administration.
Yeah.
It is kind of fucked up. They just gave a shitload of money to Lebanon, but they're bitching about they need Congress to come back to give more money.
We heard
to
that
North
was
Carolina.
we heard that was a bunch of BS.
Well, okay, okay. What can I tell you? It's
Well,
the
my
fucking
buddies,
FEMA, the
my
head of
money,
FEMA that said it.
my buddies in the Biden administration tell us they did not give too much money to illegal immigrants. It was Trump who spoiled it by getting the Republicans to vote against the immigration bill, and otherwise it would have been solved by now.
You're right.
Thank you. Do you want to know anything else from Kamala?
Let me tell you, I know you're the source.
Mark? Oh, never mind. Forget you.
Hey, he might fool other people. He doesn't fool me anymore.
Mark thinks I'm liberal.
You are liberal.
I'm not.
You're extremely liberal.
Oh, come on. Shut up. You can't think of one thing I'm liberal about. Not one thing. Not one.
Free college.
Okay, that's different. That is not.
Oh, God.
No, but I look at. That's actually, if you want to know the truth, conservative. It really is. But you don't listen because you're full of crap. You don't listen.
Okay.
Thank you. Mark doesn't listen. He just talks. He doesn't. He just talks.
Yep. I don't know, man. We have a lot of people on YouTube that say you never listen to the callers, so you're not a good listener, Martino.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm not. That's
Should
why
I put up a poll?
I know. Maybe
maybe
I'll last a little while in this business if I learn.
Should I put up a poll?
Maybe I'll last. Let me see if I can.
I'm going to put up a poll.
Shut up. Hey, I showed them what happens when I don't move the call along. I showed them. You remember that?
Yeah, but you did that in a kind of a sneaky way.
A sneaky way? The guy was talking.
Yeah, I know, but you kept letting them talk.
Well, yeah, that was the whole idea. They say I don't listen. I interrupt people. The reason I interrupt people is I only have 4 hours.
There's ways to help people in the conversation,
shut
not
up.
let them ramble.
Yeah, and Mark knows, of course.
I wrote a book on it.
Yeah, sure you did.
Okay, I'm doing a poll right now.
Yeah, you know what? Stick that poll.
Okay, we've done this one before. Is Tom liberal?
Yes.
Hey, Kachina, what the fuck? I mean, tell me something. Where are you getting off to calling me liberal?
It is evident, isn't it?
Only a liberal would get so upset about being called a liberal.
I know. It wouldn't affect anybody else.
You assholes. You know what? These assholes are just trying to humor you. I want you to give me, why don't you ask him to give me examples?
Who did you want to give a shout out to?
Give examples.
4 hours, Tom. We don't have enough time.
Oh, my God. We don't have someone that can write that much. We'd have to get one of those programs that record shit.
And by the way, being liberal isn't like a sin, although I'm not liberal.
Listen to him.
Jesus Christ.
Trying to defend himself.
Oh, shut up, Dragon. What are you doing?
82% so far.
Yeah, go to hell.
82% can go to hell. MH, I have my listening ears on all the time. I bet most people would disagree with that comment of yours.
What are you talking about?
MH says, I'm the pot calling the kettle black.
No, he says, no. He's saying I am. He's saying I am.
Money. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, Tom here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I don't know why it says stand by for the troubleshooter. There I am. Okay. Anyway, we are here to help you solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, make your life just a little easier. All you have to do is tune in and call 303-713-TALK or call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Let's talk and see what's on your mind. And we have Chris who wants to talk about shipping a tractor. And go ahead, Chris. What's going on?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking to get a tractor hauled from Littleton down to Alamosa, and I'm wondering if you guys had any shipping companies that you.
For that kind, I don't actually.
I think we had a call similar to this recently. I would call up Potestio Brothers in Parker or one of their locations and ask them who they use for shipping. They ship tractors all over the country.
Yeah.
That was Potestio Brothers?
Yeah, have they been around a long time or what?
And they've got locations everywhere. I happen to have to go pick up a part at one. They opened one out in Elizabeth.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of tractor dealers. Potestio is the big one around here, and they can help you probably by referring someone to you.
Yeah, they literally ship everywhere, man.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I appreciate all the work you guys do.
All right, thank you, Chris. Appreciate you calling. 303-713-8255. Ricky. What's going on, Ricky?
Hi, Tom. I just wanted to call in and give K&H Windows props up, and to their salesman, Todd Kiefer. I bought 5 windows from him this morning.
Great guys.
I bought a bay window a while back from him. I just wanted to give it.
Hey, I really appreciate that, because K&H, here's something amazing about K&H Home Solutions, okay? They've been around 65 years with 3 owners. And you know what's great about that? When Henry sold to Bernie, who I knew, and Ted, I've known them for years. They and Larry was there for a while. They did a great job. And then they sold to Lee Diamond, and he's doing a great job. They keep that tradition going. So they also have that beautiful siding and everything. I really love hearing this.
A lot of the employees, I don't mean from 65 years ago, but from the last few years where they sold, they're all still there. It's still the same core people.
I know.
Just different ownership.
I know it. And for those listening, if you're looking for siding or windows or doors or whatever, they do it all. Okay, it's K&H Home Solutions, and it's 303-421-7100. 303-421-7100, khwindows.com. And I appreciate you taking the time to do that. Mark, what?
I want to ask Brian something. Brian, this hurricane's going to be massive in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you guys don't sell in Florida, but let's just pretend we're all sitting in Florida. The difference, the flood insurance that people that do have it generally coming from FEMA, my understanding is the maximum they'll get is $250,000. So tell me if I'm correct. If your house is flooded, forget wind damage, other stuff, but flooded, the most they would get is $250,000 if they just had the government-backed FEMA insurance. But if the wind came through and like blew the roof off and stuff, then their regular homeowners would step in for that coverage, long as it's not to do with flood. Is that how it works?
Yep, exactly. So those are 2 different perils. So the peril of wind would be covered underneath the homeowner policy, with whatever appropriate deductible they have. But yes, the actual flood would be handled through FEMA. There are private insurers, at least here in Colorado. I can't speak to Florida if they don't offer it there or something, but that you can get higher limits than that $250,000.
What's amazing to me is there's going to be a lot of homes that only have coverage for $250,000 with flood. And let's say they've got a 5-foot flood certificate and they're looking at 15 feet of water coming in.
I know.
I mean, literally that will wipe their house away with water. And if it's $1 million, $2 million, $3 million house in Tampa, my God, I mean, I'm not saying those would be swept away, because hopefully they have been built recently to where they're supposed to withstand quite a bit. But I don't know of anything that's got a 5-year flood certificate or a 5-foot with 15 feet of water. I mean, literally, it could wipe it away, and all they have is $250,000 to deal with.
Well, and FEMA's the policy with FEMA is also very limited in what it covers, and so like the FEMA policy doesn't cover loss of use. So you have to go live somewhere else. They're not going to pay for that. There's like a lot of limitations dealing with the basement, like anything that's below grade. Now that's not an issue there, I understand, but there's all sorts of limitations to a flood policy.
Now, let me ask you this one. In California, where they're having these mudslides and landslides, and you'll see an entire house literally just go off into the ocean. You know what I'm referring to?
Mm-hmm.
So I understand the house is gone, and I assume they have coverage for the house, but the land's gone. That land that was right on the ocean is now in the ocean. You don't get anything for that, right? I mean,
No.
it's just simply gone.
Yeah, there's no coverage for land on an insurance policy. That's one of the first exclusions on any homeowner policy is the land itself.
So some of these smaller islands, it may be, I mean, truly, an entire island could be wiped out with something like this.
I know.
There might not even be a place for people to rebuild.
Nor a way that they could have done it differently.
Wait, Mark, are they saying it's going to be that bad?
This is going to be, I have a feeling this is going to be worse than Katrina. And let's all remember, Katrina, the reason, as Chopper actually put it at the beginning of the show when we were talking, it was in a toilet bowl. And the reason it got so bad is when the levees broke, the entire town it's below sea level. Now, Florida, where it's hitting, is not below sea level, but they're talking 15 feet of water hitting Tampa. I mean, this thing is going to be devastating. People are going to be dead left and right. I have no idea how long it's going to be for power and internet and everything like that. My parents that are in Leesburg, which is basically southwest of Orlando, they actually have hurricane warnings in the middle of the state, Tom. It's absolutely insane right now. And trying to get out of there looks like an absolute nightmare.
Well, what are your parents going to do?
Well, they don't have any kind of evacuation orders, so they're just sitting there.
God.
It's amazing, man. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I think this is going to be, I don't know about death toll. I think over the years, hopefully people get smart. And when the officials say get the hell out, they get out. But for some reason, people don't. But I think this could be, as far as dollars, just absolutely devastating.
And
I think a lot of people are going to lose everything.
I saw people today leaving, saying goodbye to their home, knowing it's not going to be there. When you see the satellite pictures, God, it looks like a freaking science fiction movie.
And it just went back up. One of the things we were talking about off air with John Fuller, folks listening out there, picture this. Remember, this area just got nailed by a hurricane a couple weeks ago. When you get hit and salt water gets into your house on these coastal communities, everything's got to come out of your house. Once salt water's in your couch, your carpet, everything comes out. Your TVs, everything goes in front of your house, and eventually you take some pictures for insurance, and the dump trucks come around and they grab everything. The problem is all of that stuff is still sitting in front of the homes. So when this new storm comes through in about 36 hours with 150, 125 mile an hour winds, it's going to be picking up couches, televisions, all this trash that's been put out front from the last hurricane is going to be thrown around like nobody's business. So you might not get flooded, but you might have a couch come through the side of your house. Bad stuff, man. Really bad stuff.
So what are your parents doing? Again.
Well, they're very inland.
I know, but are they upset?
No, they're not upset. They did look up different places to go. So in their town of Leesburg, there's 3 high schools, I think. They told me, I forget. But all of them are set up with generators in case of power's gone for a while, and water, hopefully enough water to where if you have no electricity, you can at least go down there, cool off in the next couple weeks, get some food, stuff like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of shelters already set up, ready to go with generators and everything.
All right. Brian, I have some insurance stuff coming up right after this. Again, from condo and townhome owners. Geez.
Oh, hold on. Let me even bring that conversation real quick with Brian into that. I mean, these people that have condos that are in a place like this in Florida, I mean, how does that work? Their possessions are covered by everything. What is it, Brian? Everything inside of the drywall, if you will, or inside of the walls, your own insurance.
Oh, you're talking about for hurricanes.
Yeah, but how does that work? I mean, let's face it, Tampa, Jacksonville, these places have absolutely gorgeous. You can find a $1-2 million on the ocean town or a condo people own. What happens to those?
Well, again, if you're talking about for their personal property or their drywall inside, it depends on what that HOA, regulation or documents say of who's responsible for what. But if you want it to be covered for flood, you've got to get flood insurance for that as well. They do offer flood insurance for condos, for HO6s. And so if the damage is caused by the flood, then you would have an exclusion there. If it's caused by the hurricane, then if you have your policy, you would have some coverage.
I guess I'm going more to this question. I didn't phrase that right.
Okay.
They had one where the pool deck collapsed in Florida a couple years ago. It was horrible. A bunch of people died. It was a big condo, and they ended up shutting the whole thing down. In other words, they totaled it. There wasn't enough insurance to fix it. And then if a big condo is hit so hard with this storm to where it's unlivable anymore, what does someone get that live there? I mean, okay, you get your contents, but it might have cost you $1 million for the condo that you can't move back into. There is no coverage for that, is there?
Well, I mean, the HOA should have a policy for the actual exterior, that would go to each of the members of each of the unit owners in that case.
Well, that's great if they could actually rebuild it, I guess, if they had enough money.
But if they can't rebuild it, let's say it's not even possible to rebuild, there's going to be a settlement of some kind, whether it be a cash out offer. But you're right, they're going to lose money out of that. I totally agree.
Yeah, well, you always lose equity in a casualty loss, always, because equity cannot be insured. And that's what happened with the fires. You will lose your equity, even if you're adequately insured, because they do not base it on appraised value. They base it on replacement costs.
Right. So the only reason you wouldn't is if you rebuild and the value is still there. If the value of the house is higher than what the rebuild cost was.
Yeah, but it's almost impossible.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time's running out. Please text the 2 letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
There is a strategy right now called Vestera Turnkey that can get you into the landlord business the right way, not the headache way. First of all, Barry Miller and his esteemed crew, somebody I've known for 35 years, they research markets for the best real estate properties that appreciate the fastest. They get you into them for positive cash flow, fully managed. They then even take the phone calls for you, so you never talk to anybody about anything. And then they tell you when to sell them and help you sell them. They do it all. Vestera Turnkey, that's why it's called Turnkey. It's incredible. And they have this thing coming up on the a webinar. I say this thing because you don't even have to be there for the webinar. It is wonderful. And it will be later this month, the 26th. Sign up, mybiggestreturn.com, mybiggestreturn.com. Red Rocks Roof and Solar. The name should say it all by now. They can do on-grid, off-grid systems. They can do battery backups, generators. They can do it all. They can do commercial systems. And those commercial systems, we're talking about getting them paid for 100% if you qualify for a REAP grant. They're wonderful people at Red Rocks Roof and Solar. I urge you to call them for anything solar. They can help you even with the tax credits and all of that and the grants. That's Red Rocks Roof and Solar, 303-704-2449, 704-2449. We've heard John Fuller on the show almost every day, haven't we, about different things when it comes to injury and liability and collections and what my case is worth. If you need personalized attention, John Fuller will give it to you. He'll talk to you about your case, what it's worth, how to collect, what your next steps are, all free of charge. If you decide to hire them, it's on a percentage fee basis. And here's the real deal. You get to talk to the attorney directly. No other PI firms do that. Personal injury, John Fuller, look him up. Fuller Law, 303-597-4500.
We're talking a storm wall.
I didn't get a call back yet from you pieces of crap, sons of...
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, man.
Just to let you know, I did read your policy.
Yes.
And it has an endorsement on there that it will cover motorized land vehicles used solely to service a residence and not subject to motor vehicle registration or license for road use. So if you only,
So I'm covered.
If you only use your tractor for your residence and don't take it off of residence, it would be covered as personal property.
Well, I'll drive it into Kiowa just for the hell of it. No, of course not.
I could see you being the friendly neighbor that goes and helps your neighbor.
Well, that's no big deal if I mowed my neighbor's yard.
Well, if something happens to it, if it's off of residence, or if they say you use it not solely on your residence, they can deny the claim.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. So it is covered as a body.
As personal property for you, yep.
See, look at you. You were trying to upsell me some tractor insurance.
I don't like giving you specifics.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
He was trying to sell me some
Clear Coat
tractor insurance, which I've never heard of.
It's Clear Coat tractor insurance. I've got it special for you.
Have you ever sold coverage like on a big combine or something, like, a $500,000 piece of farm equipment?
I don't do farm.
Oh, that's like a specialty within itself?
It really is. Yeah, people that do farm, that's kind of all they do. They do farm insurance. But I've insured, $500,000 pieces of equipment commercially.
Sure. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I had in my good years. We had a shitload of, there's a lot of equipment that goes into a store, man.
Yeah. We had a tree service that would go and take trees out in those big old trucks that have the equipment on there. The equipment was far more expensive than the truck itself.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching this like the election, this hurricane, man. It is absolutely bonkers.
My niece goes to school out there.
Someone said there's another one forming right now. It's not even a tropical storm yet. But it might, very initial readings are showing the same path. That would be unfucking believable.
Hammy just finished his beautiful home down there in Florida. He rebuilt the whole thing.
See you, lady.
Oh.
Oh.
It's too bad. Too bad. Honest.
10 seconds, guys.
I'll go in there.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Brian Burns is with us from Compass Insurance Group. We're getting a lot of questions, really. And so the main questions we're getting about condos and townhomes. So what they're saying is, are you finding that more and more townhomes or condos, the calls you're getting from people, is it because they can't get insurance at all, or they're ridiculous deductibles, or actual cash value? And it's mainly roof we're talking about with condos, right? Is that the main issue right now?
Yeah, unless it's in a fire risk area, then it's the entire thing is difficult to find insurance on. But yes, it's
But why
it's
condos
older.
more than homes?
Well, so because it's just a big exposure there, and
you're
covering
right.
the
You're
entire
right.
thing.
Yeah.
So we hear from
because
HOAs,
that's like one insured. That's like one company having the entire neighborhood.
Exactly.
By having one
because
condo building.
One
right.
hailstorm destroys it all.
Right.
And so it's become, very difficult to find insurance for HOAs that is affordable for them. And that's the point. What they used to pay, a decent size HOA would have paid maybe $100,000 for premium is now being quoted, $600,000. And they're going to have a deductible of, $2 million across the entire thing. And so, they've got to pass that, or that's what they've done, is pass that on to the individual unit owners and said, you need to get insurance to cover yourself from these deductibles. And that's where that loss assessment comes into play.
Deputy D, you have an insurance question?
Yeah, Brian, speaking of condos, I just looked at the renewal paperwork for my condo policy, and specifically, there's an option that I purchased there. It's called equipment breakdown coverage, and it's from one of the big national carriers. And I looked on their website, and it says that it protects my equipment such as air conditioning, in my case, a heat pump. But then there's also a section that says normal wear and tear is not covered.
I know. Right.
So my question is this.
That's
when things wear out, they break down.
Yep.
And so this information seems to be in conflict with each other. Am I covered or not?
Yeah. Here's the problem. And Tom, you and I have talked
We
about this
hate
before. It's like warranty. Service.
The
It's the
home
same
services
kind of thing.
warranties, they suck. The home, like the blue ribbon policies and all that. Normal wear and tear is not covered. Owner abuse is not covered. Lack of maintenance not covered. Do you realize that that's 98% of everything?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. What am I covered for?
For catastrophic failure for no reason.
Sudden, direct, and accidental. That's what they're going to say.
That's
like,
right.
Like what?
Which
like
is
if
almost
I
nothing.
Step
almost
on it and break it?
No, almost nothing. Almost nothing. You're answering the question is why I do not recommend home warranties.
Oh, it's not a warranty. It's
I know
actually
it's not.
insurance
Breakdown.
policy.
I know
the
it's
same
not,
kind
but
of
it's
thing,
the
though.
same thing.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Equipment
But
breakdown.
honestly, Brian, give a real example of what would be covered under that.
I don't know if you can.
How is my air conditioner going to be covered?
Like someone takes a baseball bat to his air conditioner, wouldn't that be covered anyhow under normal homeowners?
Well, and yeah, to your point, like a lightning strike, but that would be lightning, and that would be covered by the policy anyways.
You see, Mark,
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
really
saying.
can't. There aren't many.
What would be covered that wouldn't be covered
A catastrophic
by your normal
breakdown.
homeowners?
Where
Yeah, but that's covered by your normal homeowners, isn't it?
Well, but
no,
let's say
no, it's not.
Well, let's say your refrigerator just goes out for no reason. It's not old. It hasn't shown wear and tear. It's sudden and accidental. Something happens. You can put a claim in for that, and that could be something that could be covered.
Or the compressor.
Yeah.
So my compressor breaks down. That's covered?
Well, it breaks down it just depends on what happened.
If it's a lack of maintenance, well, there is no maintenance for a compressor. So let's say it's normal wear and tear. No. If it's just old, no.
Yeah, if it's 10 years old and it goes out and it's
There are
life
things.
is
There
10
are
years
things
old.
that break. Okay,
Yeah.
there are things that break, but it could happen, but very seldom. That's why I'm telling people when you pay, and what I hate more than that is that pre-existing conditions, normal wear and tear, right? So that means you don't know if it's covered or not until it breaks down. So they're telling you pay now and find out what we cover later.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to like that answer if I ever have to find out.
Well, don't get it.
I know someone that would, if something did break, I know someone that could argue it and most likely get you paid, though.
Who's that?
Matt.
Oh, you mean, well, if you're, yeah, but are you going to call them on a compressor for a refrigerator?
It's a $10,000. My neighbors replaced the heat pump. It cost $10,000.
Well, that's different, the heat pump. But you know what? That sounds a lot like a warranty to me. It does not sound like insurance. In fact, I'll bet you if you read it, it's not insurance. Because insurance, that's not insurance, is it?
Well, no, there is tons of policies that you can put an endorsement for equipment breakdown.
Oh, okay.
That is something. But again,
they're actually insurance.
It will not cover anything other than a sudden, direct, and accidental loss. And so overall wear and tear is always going to be excluded. And that's where the problem comes into play is what happened.
That's all I'm worried about. I'm not going to back my car into it. It's up in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Does that line coverage work that same way like what I have, Brian?
No, you mean service line?
Yeah, because I'm saying it's not.
Service line is one of those really outliers, one of those bizarre coverages in insurance where they do pay wear and tear. It is covered if a root goes through it. If it's something that happens, if something happens to it, it will cover, replacing that line up to whatever that dollar amount is.
How many times do you see someone actually have a claim on line coverage?
All the time. One of the most common claims I see.
Wow. So
Absolutely.
What is one of the most common?
Service line, like a buried utility line.
What?
Oh, yeah. They have it like a root comes in and pops it, and then all of a sudden what happens is they have water backup. That's separate, but you can have coverage for water backup into your basement. Then they go and they scope the line.
But these separate,
and they see that
but water line replacement that you pay the separate thing that you send you, that's never worth it. Or main
it's a
power
sewer
line.
No, I have water line coverage. I think it's worth it big time.
Hold on. You don't have the water line coverage, Mark, that they're sending through the mail that people are paying.
Mine's right through Safeco.
Of course. It's through your homeowners, of course. Right. These separate policies for sewer line and for water line and for power line, all of that is BS, and you should never buy them. You should get all of that coverage through your normal homeowners if you get it. That's for sure.
I like the coverages for like dishwashers and stuff that Excel sells.
Yeah, of course you do. He's only kidding, people. Don't ever be roped into that
kidding.
crap ever. 888heating.com, by the way. We always talk about their deep clean for $45. I also want to tell you about their replacement of high efficiency. If you have solar system and you want to go to the electric gas model, they have hybrid systems at 888heating.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
A major accident on I-25 just south of C-470 has northbound I-25 closed between Lincoln Avenue and that 470 interchange. I-25 southbound also affected by this one. 2 left lanes blocked. We are not sure exactly what's going on there, but police activity making major delays both directions for folks just south of town. Heading out west in the high country, I-70 east and westbound, intermittent closures through the Veteran Memorial Tunnel due to rock scaling operations. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, high 82 today, overnight low of 51, tomorrow high 83. The current temperature in Denver is that high of 81 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, window siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for. They have been around 65 years. I've known all the owners, the original owner, and then Ted, and now Lee Diamond and his son. They're doing a great job. If you're looking for anything at K&H, you can rest assured you'll get energy efficiency, beauty, and longevity. That's khwindows.com. That was their original name, K&H Home Solutions. khwindows.com, 303-421-7100. Hey, Fix It 24/7 is in the business of keeping your stuff running. That's why they have the name Fix It and not Replace It. It's not called Replace It 24/7. It's called Fix It 24/7. That's what they want to do. Of course, they can replace if you need it, but they try to get it done the right way the first time. In fact, their deep clean, their extreme clean for just $39 will amaze you, and they guarantee a no breakdown for the entire heating season. Why don't you call them before it gets cold? Go online and book. You click book now. Here's the website, fixmyhome.com, fixmyhome.com.
I'll tell you what gets me.
Good afternoon,
Beer,
Tom Martino Show. How can I help you?
Carbs, of course, in beer. And then the other one that gets me is starch. I fucking love potatoes. Oh, yeah. I got rid of pasta. I love pasta.
But when you say pasta? Oh,
pasta doesn't bother me because I'll have spaghetti sauce, not a lot, but with meatballs and sausage and pepperoni and cheese. I just won't have the noodles. Yeah, bacon. Fuck, I love bacon.
They haven't made a bad bacon yet.
I love
Okay,
bacon.
Unless they
what's
don't
your name?
cook it enough.
Hey, Mark.
I do. I'm with you, Chopper. I like crispy bacon.
You gotta have crispy bacon.
Yep.
Mark.
Okay, hang on for me.
Yeah, Mon.
Hey, where would you? I've got a 2023 Santa Fe, Hyundai Santa Fe with 1,500 miles. Where would
I
you
have
sell
one
it?
too, brother.
Where would you sell
Oh, wait,
it? I need
wait.
to
What
sell
is
it.
only 1,500 miles?
1,500.
What version is
Good
it?
afternoon.
The
Thanks for calling the Top
calligraphy.
It is a calligraphy. How much do you want for it?
I don't know. It was my dad's. He passed away, and I'm the personal
Oh, sorry to hear
representative.
that.
No, it was about a year ago, but yeah, I'm his personal representative, and I finally got all the
I'll give you
estate done.
500.
Send me the VIN, and I'll get you a good idea, and then see where
afternoon.
that comes in
Martino
at, and then I'll give you other ideas.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I put it on like Car Gurus, and
It's hard to even get there.
I'm
How much did
getting.
you
Yeah,
put it
you know,
on for?
cars.com has some of the best valuations there are.
Cars.com.
Yeah, they really do.
Will they
really-
buy it directly from you?
No. But they give you a great idea. So let
Do
me
you
put
have
it
the
there.
VIN though,
What
Brian?
year
I
is
do.
it?
I'll send it to you. It's a 2023
And what model?
Santa Fe calligraphy.
Is
This
that one
is
of
a
the
23.
top models?
I don't
The
know.
new
Mark,
ones
is
are
that a
the
top
3-row
model?
Square.
I don't have it. I don't see the calligraphy up
Brian, I just bought 2 of those.
Did you really?
Brand new.
establishment that had the fire.
I
If
don't
I
see
knew
the
you had it, I probably would have bought it from you.
Okay, that's.
I
not a
bought 2
problem.
brand new this year.
Wow. Okay.
2023.
Calligraphy, everything. It's beautiful vehicles.
It really
I don't
is.
see
I don't like the
calligraphy
new
on
ones.
here.
I don't like the square 3-row.
I
I
don't
can get
see
away
it.
with the square. I don't like the 3-row.
And I may need to call you back.
Oh, there it is. Calligraphy.
You don't get
Oh
on.
yeah,
What's your
Jesus, are they nice? And it's 2023.
It's a 2023.
Okay.
I'm going to actually ask a poll because, let me see here.
Ah, shut up with your poll. Pull
No,
your
this is a
ass.
good poll.
Pull your ass.
Should bacon
Okay.
be crispy?
Okay, 15,000. They're like 35 grand. 35 to 38.
Okay.
I bought ours brand new this year for $39 in tax. To give you
Okay.
an idea, Brian.
Well, the offer here. Well, I don't even know if it's an offer.
What is the calligraphy? What is it?
Okay.
It's the Mac
Hang
Daddy.
on for me. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to you.
It's
but
got
just hang
everything.
on
There's
for
no.
me
It's
as-
it's fully loaded.
or
Yeah, it's got.
I'll
yeah.
definitely call you
got a lot
tomorrow.
of
No, there's
bells and
nothing
whistles.
higher than it. It's fully loaded in the Santa Fe line. was
Champ. So I put it on Car Gurus, and Champ BMW has an offer. Of course, they want you to come meet with them
How
of
much?
$30,650.
Yeah, I think the person I'm going to send it to, I'm going to send it to the GM of McDonald Hyundai.
Okay.
And I'll say, hey, give us a real deal on this. It's in great shape, though, right?
Perfect. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got no miles. It's just
How
been
many
sitting.
miles? 1,500?
Yeah, 15. It's 14 something right now. 1,410
As soon
or
as something. you send me the VIN, I'll send it over to him.
I just
but
sent
bet
it.
He beats the shit out of that offer.
10 seconds, guys.
Start
I
growing
just
your
emailed
business
it.
today. Dial pound 250 and say great results. That's pound 250, say great results.
Hurt in a car crash? Get John Fuller on your side. Search attorney John Fuller. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Melanie, you have a story about a condo in Tampa. What's going on?
Hey, Tom, it's Melanie Prince. I just wanted to call and give a shout out. My daughter is a junior at University of Tampa, and this is the third time they've had to evacuate from major storms. This one they were going to ride out. You know, they thought because the other two didn't hit, but thankfully they came to their senses. But I just wanted to give a shout out and let you know there's a lot of people in need down there. But these 4 girls, are in this rinkety-dink SUV headed wherever they can to Highland, but they actually went and there's a dog fostering center near the university, and they put out a call if anybody can come pick up a dog to foster it during the storm. So the girls went and picked up one beautiful German Shepherd. Her name is Marilyn, and she's traveling. But then they called the girls back and said that another foster person returned Marilyn's twin sister, Franny.
Oh, no.
The other German Shepherd, and could the girls come back and get Franny too? So we've got 4 girls, 4 19-year-old girls, in a rinkety-dink SUV with 2 giant German Shepherds.
Where are they going?
Well, they went to Georgia, University of Georgia, and they got there, and they were going to stay at another friend's sorority house, but they can't have the dogs. So now they're headed to North Carolina.
Holy crap! They're really getting out of there.
Yeah. I mean, there's just nowhere. There's no hotels. And so they're just driving. Anyways, I just wanted to share the story because.
Oh, Melanie, my goodness, what good souls to go and rescue two dogs. Now, are they going to bring the dogs back after the storm? What's the? Oh, yeah, really. Well, they're going to start loving them. Melanie, thank you.
Yeah, they'll probably keep them.
Thank you very much. Okay, Ernie has an insurance question. Ernie, go ahead. We got Compass with us today. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, Tom, I have a steam boiler, and it's the lines that takes the steam up to the radiators. Or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Insurance cover those.
Well, insurance doesn't cover any of that.
It depends what happens to it.
Well, Mark, give me an example of where a boiler would be covered.
Someone breaks in and beats it up with a baseball
come on,
bat.
Ernie, what we're talking about is normal insurance does not cover breakdowns, okay? Is that what you're asking about?
I'm talking about the lines itself has the leak.
Okay, if a line breaks,
so
and it leaks.
so what would happen with insurance is the damage caused by the leak would be covered, but they wouldn't cover the actual machinery or the line itself to be fixed. But they would have to pay for the damage caused by it.
Of course.
That could be something that other person's insurance would cover, though, right? That last caller we had where the actual insurance company had a policy on his boiler system.
On equipment breakdown.
Right,
was
and
Deputy
there
D.
is specific coverage for boiler insurance, like it's a commercial type of policy. And those are more comprehensive than talking about like the, equipment breakdown, kind of thing.
But even with equipment breakdown, remember, it has to be such a distinct breakdown. Hey, Charlie, what is your question for Compass? Charlie?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, sir.
Okay, so I just had a question. My mom's insurance went from like $1,900 a year on her house to $4,800.
What? Wait. More than doubled?
Yes.
But has she had a lot of claims?
I mean, she had a water backup claim back 2 years ago.
What about a roof?
Her roof was replaced back in 2012, but it's not a class 4 roof.
That's not okay. Brian, is that
shop?
What's that?
Did you shop around to other companies?
I've got a quote from USA. She's with Travelers. I got a quote from USAA and a quote from State Farm.
You better do the insurance checkup, by the way.
Yeah, it's free, and you're going to have like 20 companies, man.
Through Compass, you mean? Or
yeah, it's free. There's no obligation.
Well, but what I'm being told is that the insurance companies now are looking at aerial views, and if you have this house is almost 80 years old.
That could be true, but it still doesn't matter.
Well, hold on. They're doing aerial views and doing what? Tell me what you're.
Aerial views, and if you have trees over your roof, that they just basically don't want to insure it.
They'll just require it be trimmed back. I'm guessing is what would happen if they did aerial view. They would say these. Yeah, they don't want branches touching your roof.
But
you shouldn't. I mean, that's common sense, though, right, guys?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Why don't you call them, though, 303-996-9000 for the hell of it and see.
And seriously, and let us know.
Now, coming up, we'll discuss Valencia Apartments, which, by the way, it's Valencia Condos, I believe, the Club of Valencia. It's been the worst thing I have ever heard of in my life, and they truly need to get a public adjuster, Mark. When you hear the story, I'll go over it again. It is unbelievable. More coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
A major accident on I-25 just south of C-470 has northbound I-25 closed between Lincoln Avenue and that 470 interchange. I-25 southbound also affected by this one. 2 left lanes blocked. We are not sure exactly what's going on there, but police activity making major delays both directions for folks just south of town. Heading out west in the high country, I-70 east and westbound, intermittent closures through the Veteran Memorial Tunnel due to rock scaling operations. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, high 82 today, overnight low of 51. Tomorrow, high 83. The current temperature in Denver is that high of 81 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney that I hope you never need, ever. But you know what? He is there for you for free consultations always, and then flat rate pricing. So call him for an initial consultation with a DUI or any other kind of charge. Don't ever try to represent yourself, and please don't ever shop under pressure. Joe Lazzara, Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com or referralist.com, 303. Let's see where it is. I think it's 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. And while you're making phone calls, why don't you get a free, no obligation estimate on what your countertops will cost before the holidays even? You might be able to sneak them in there. You know, you can get a countertop, an island, a bar, even book nooks, whatever you want from natural stone. They do it all, including granite, of course, the name, The Art of Granite. And they'll give you a price on the phone. They even have free materials if you go through their remnant yard, and you just pay for that templating and fabrication. And, of course, wholesale otherwise. 303-386-5919. Get your price right now. 386-5919.
It's the same number.
Yeah, that's what. So it followed you over. So now you should be fine.
Okay.
But can you change it back to Chopper?
I will in 12 days.
Okay.
They have you can only change your name once in 12 days.
I got you. You didn't create a new account. You
No.
literally just changed it.
Yeah, just change the name.
All right. Well, you're not blocked. So.
Okay.
Oh, they had a big fire over at Club Lindsay.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Oh, it's
Mine
been.
was still.
Well, they have no money to fix anything. I don't even think it's livable.
Right. Just ask.
I'm trying to think of how to write the next poll.
Huh.
Like,
Shut up. You're
does Tom look old but young at heart? That's an interesting one, right? Yeah. If you say yes, you're saying he's looking old. If you say no, you're saying he's not young at heart.
But by the way, here's something that would be fun, and they can all bet on it on YouTube.
What?
We arm wrestle.
I think I could beat you next.
Okay, good. Good. I hope you do.
You know what? I don't think I would. I'd be too afraid I'd snap your arm or something.
Yeah.
Who's better at yoga?
You know what, Mark?
Yeah,
I
let's
would
do
actually,
yoga.
I would
we're
actually
doing yoga.
love it.
Who can put their feet behind their head?
Well, no, I can't do that. But I would actually love to arm wrestle you at any time. I mean, I'm an old man. Let's do it. Come on.
You're almost old enough to be president.
Yeah, I'm almost old enough to be president.
I
it would
don't
be
know.
good fun. Hey,
I don't
have
know.
you ever leg wrestled?
What the hell?
Have you ever heard of that?
Not with a guy.
Oh, come on. I'm
Have you ever
serious.
played footsie?
Where you guys laid, no, have you ever seen it where you lay down like,
Where you lay down in bed.
no, side by side with your legs
And
side by side, and then you
jelly is
lift your legs
everywhere.
up and try to flip the guy over.
No, sir, I have never done that.
No, I'm serious. It's a real
Are
thing.
you? Is this a sport back when you were in high school?
Yeah, it's this.
Yeah, Dragon.
Is this back when they would shoot free throws like this?
Underhand?
Okay, there's really a such thing. Leg wrestling.
You're right, Tom. I played that game.
With Tom.
Sounds like one of those.
I first,
hey, Brian, you're over there. Why don't you hop into bed
I
and
first
wrestle?
learned it in San Francisco.
Y'all are on YouTube right now. Let's see it. Do an example. Come on, Tom, leg wrestle.
Yeah, really. Let's see it on video. You guys get up there, strip down, K. Wyatt, and wrestle away.
I would not keep the viewers from seeing the real attraction, which was Mark and Tom doing this.
Yeah, that would be. We could do a pay-per-view of that.
That's funny.
I think we should do who can stretch.
Well, no, that'll never work for me.
Oh.
You're double jointed or whatever they call it. No,
Smart.
whatever you call that weird shit he can do.
Highly intelligent.
He can blow himself, basically. I'm telling you
that's another pay-per-view for you, Mark.
No, he just straight whip of his field goal.
I'd make all the money on that one. I wouldn't.
No,
need anybody else.
no. The way seriously, he was born that way. He can, like, you know those in the circus, they can put themselves in a box.
Wasn't that the guy from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it?
10 seconds, guys.
And current Republican candidate for Colorado's 6th Congressional District joins me for the full 3 p.m. hour to discuss the failures of FEMA and the ongoing border crisis. It all starts at 2 on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Anastasia, were you living in Club Valencia?
Hi. No, I was not living there. I own a unit there.
And you were renting it out?
Condominium unit.
God, I want to explain what's going on. Did it start with a fire?
It started with one fire in November of 22.
And then they found asbestos, is that right?
That's correct.
And hasn't it sat vacant the entire project? Didn't they vacate it?
Yes.
And how many owners were displaced?
There were 164 units affected after the second fire. The first fire included 80 units. The second fire included the balance of the others to be boarded up and chain linked, closed up from that point forward.
Now, here's the deal. Not only are they displaced, Brian, but there's all kinds of lawsuits going on, and the insurance companies are not paying. Right? You didn't get paid, did you, Anastasia?
Correct.
No one's paying anything. What is the HOA doing? Did they get together to hire a public adjuster or something?
They did.
Okay.
The HOA has a public adjuster.
And is the public adjuster doing anything?
He's being very proactive on behalf of the HOA and the owners.
Good.
He has advocated with Arapahoe County to have the value of the property reflect what has happened so that property owners are no longer paying on the full value.
Well, what's going to happen, Anastasia? Is the insurance company going to finally pay?
It depends on the outcome of the current lawsuits.
Why is the insurance company refusing to pay to begin with? Why did they not pay?
The master carrier, it's my understanding, the master carrier used some technicalities in the coverage to deny payment.
Well, like what? Do you remember?
Something to do with the smoke alarms.
Oh, like they had to be up to a certain criteria in order for the coverage to kick in?
Yes.
Brian, have you ever heard of that? Their fire reduction equipment is not proper? Fire prevention, whatever.
It's very hard to imagine that there was a clause in there that if you didn't have a smoke alarm up to date that they can
Who
deny
was the
coverage.
Who was the insurance carrier?
You know, I'm not sure the name of the carrier. They are out of another state.
Well, what about your individual? What about your individual policy?
Well, in my own case, and I can't speak for others, but
let's get her up in the morning.
I want to get you back on. We got to talk about this issue, and I'd like to get Matt's perspective on it as well. And maybe you can give us the number of your public adjuster. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget your free insurance checkup with Compass Insurance Group, and that's 303-996-9000. Save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom
All right, you're clear, buddy.
at Real Time.